Patna police has taken up the case and they are investigating the case.
All right, Saurabh, thank you so much for bringing us all those intricate details of that plot. Now it's time for a very quick break, but big headlines on the other side.
Lawrence Bishnoi, operating from inside the Tihar jail with impunity, had no qualms ordering multiple hits on Salman Khan.
The sculptor himself, the main man behind this, is saying that there is actually no difference.
Drugs to try and fund their terror operations and to also try and radicalize young, impressionable minds while confining them to the throes of drug addiction.
What is becoming increasingly worrying and problematic is that issues related to education is becoming so polarizing.
कहाँ पे sir?
No questions asked.
What? I can't believe this, really?
No money trail, no auditing, no question of accountability.
No question of accountability. What is this?
Listen carefully. PM Relief Fund.
What? India's or Sri Lanka's?
You are right. Let's just say, you see this? Sri Lanka.
वैसे थोड़ा मुश्किल है आपको इसमें इमेजिन करना आपके पास जब ये फिल्म आई सो दिस इज अ फिल्म बेस्ड इन बिहार अ गर्ल फ्रॉम बिहार हु इज लिविंग इन पंजाब उसकी ज़िंदगी में ड्रग्स आते हैं उसकी ज़िंदगी में परेशानियां आती हैं बाप का साया उसके सर से हट जाता है बहुत तरह की परेशानियों से वो अकेली लड़की गुजरती है और वो भी इत्तेफाक से बड़ी बहन है घर की व्हाट वाज योर रिएक्शन टू द स्क्रिप्ट
It's still a fun film.
Okay.
And there's a lot of humor and there's a lot of energy in the film, which is what excited me. क्योंकि अगर वो इन हालातों से गुजर रही है, मुश्किल में उलझ रही है और वो एक सीरियस टोनालिटी में होता तो शायद मैं इतनी दिलचस्पी नहीं लेती इस फिल्म में. लेकिन क्योंकि सिद्धार्थ जो हमारे निर्देशक हैं उनका टेक इस फिल्म पे इतना कोकी था और जो ओरिजिनल फिल्म है कोलमाबू कोकिला उसमें इतनी कॉमेडी थी तो वो देख के मैं काफ़ी एक्साइट हो गई.
You trained yourself as an actor in Lee Strasberg School of Theatre and Films. What is your biggest learning from learning acting?
Be honest and be in the moment, and nothing is more repulsive. Maybe repulsive is too strong a word, but more irksome than an external performance.
Just a shallow performance.
Or just like a performance in general. To be in the moment and to be honest in the moment is, I think, where the magic happens. Actually, Nawaz sir, who I met very briefly one day, said to me and Ishan, he said, all of the best acting is acting that happens by mistake. वो जो गलती से हो जाता है ना, वहाँ ही जादू होता है.
When you sit down with your father, Mr. Boni Kapoor, what are the conversations that you have now? Now that you're into the film industry, you're reading scripts, and your father has been the producer. Recently, Salman made a statement that, you know, मेरे career में जब बहुत बुरा वक्त था तो बोनी कपूर ने मुझे उठाया था. So, as a professional now, what are the conversations that you're having with a professional like him?
I think that a lot of creative discussions. We love watching movies, discussing movies. I love telling him about how my day's been on set. And he has इतना wisdom है उनके पास, उसने इतना कुछ देखा है अपनी ज़िंदगी में, इतना कुछ किया है कि वो ज्ञान बांटने के लिए हमेशा तैयार रहते हैं. और उनकी कहानी आपको एक बार सुननी चाहिए, because he's seen it all and he's done it all. तो कई बार मैं बस बैठ के सुनती हूँ और उनको बात करने का बहुत शौक है. स्पेशली जब वो अपने दोस्तों के साथ बैठते हैं, रूमी सर, जावेद साहब, शबाना मैम, और उनके जो किस्से हैं वो मतलब आप सुन के चौंक जाओगे कि ऐसे भी फिल्म्स बनते थे, ये फिल्म ऐसी बनी थी, ये इसके वक्त ये हो रहा था. So there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
He's been a producer. मैंने देखा है कि जब एक्टर्स प्रोड्यूसर्स की ज़िंदगी थोड़ा मुश्किल करते हैं, डिमांड्स करते हैं, ये वो करते हैं कि प्रोड्यूसर पे क्या प्रेशर्स होती हैं. So I try in whatever way I can to make it as easy as possible.
Wonderful. When I read about you, newspapers and websites and social media, sometimes I think you are under too much pressure of just looking good. Do you ever feel that thing that just people are a little judgmental of?
Welcome back. After the break, some very distressing news coming in from Delhi's Jahangirpuri. A gang war and revenge has taken over the streets. Shocking footage shows a shootout that's been caught out on camera. A man was shot in the face, according to cops. The victim had beaten up the father of one of the apprehended minor boys around 7 months ago, and today they all came to take revenge together. 3 minor boys have now been apprehended. We're joined by my colleague Shankar Anand for more on this. Good morning, Shankar. दुश्मनी इतनी बढ़ गई थी कि जानलेवा बन गई. इन नाबालिगों को बंदूक कहां से मिला और क्या अब वक्त आ गया है दिल्ली और हरियाणा में शायद ये हथियार के जो कानून हैं उनको बदलने का?
निश्चित तौर पे देखिए, बहुत बड़ा सवाल है. आपने एकदम सही सवाल आपने किया है. जिस तरह से देखा जाए इस जहांगीरपुरी इलाके की अगर बात करें तो जहांगीरपुरी इलाके में इस तरह की घटना कई बार देखने को मिली है, और खास तौर पर जो नाबालिग के हाथ में जिस तरह से अवैध कट्टा, जो देसी कट्टा है, वो उस इलाके में देखा गया. हालांकि उस मामले पर कई बार कार्रवाई भी हुई है, लेकिन जो ये ताजा घटना है ये 15/7 का यानी कि कल की घटना है. और जावेद नाम के एक शख्स जो 36 साल के हैं और एच ब्लॉक में रहते हैं, उस पर जानलेवा हमला किया गया है. हालांकि इस पूरे मामले की जो तार है, इस मामले पर जो शुरुआती तफ्तीश की गई तो उसमें पता चला कि सट्टेबाजी को लेकर ये फायरिंग की गई थी. सट्टेबाजी को लेकर पहले भी कई बार आपस में इन दोनों के बीच में लड़ाई हो चुकी है, और उसके बाद इस मामले पर जब सट्टेबाजी का विरोध किया गया था या पैसे का लेन देन गलत तरीके से हुआ, तो उसके बाद इस जो 3 नाबालिगों के द्वारा जो फायरिंग की जाती है, और देखिए कितनी नजदीक से आकर एक फिल्मी अंदाज में वो फायरिंग की जाती है. हालांकि जावेद के आंख में लगी है वो गोली और उसकी जान बच गई है. इस वक्त में उसका इलाज चल रहा है. लेकिन जिस तरह से फिल्मी अंदाज में देसी कट्टा लेकर के जिस तरह से फायरिंग की जाती है, और इस इलाके में ये वही इलाका है जहांगीरपुरी का जहां पर पिछले कुछ समय पहले काफी चर्चा का केंद्र में रहा था. और उस इलाके में जिस तरह से बेखौफ होकर जिस तरह से नाबालिग बच्चों के हाथ में कट्टा देखने को मिल रहा है और फायरिंग की जा रही है. देखिए, फायरिंग करने का अंदाज भी देखा जा सकता है कि काफी बेखौफ होकर फायरिंग की जा रही है. तो ये मामला काफी संगीन हो गया है, और निश्चित तौर पे इस मामले की गंभीरता को ही देखते हुए जिस तरह से उन तीनों नाबालिग को हालांकि जरूर पकड़ लिया गया है, लेकिन यहाँ सवाल उठता है कि इस तरह के मामले पर रोक जो है कब लगेगी, क्योंकि पिछले कुछ समय में लगातार इस तरह के मामले देखने को मिल रहे हैं. और इस इलाके में जो अभी तक जो जानकारी हमारे सूत्र बताते हैं कि सट्टेबाजी को लेकर इस तरह के मामले देखने को मिले हैं. सट्टेबाजी को लेकर पहले भी कई बार मारपीट हुई है, और इस इलाके में इस तरह की घटना की वारदात को अंजाम दिया गया है. कई बार कुछ लोगों की हत्या भी हुई है. तो सट्टेबाजी बहुत बड़ा मसला है, खास तौर पर नॉर्थ ईस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट के इस जहांगीरपुरी इलाके में. और जिस तरह से कल देखने को मिला है कि जहांगीरपुरी इलाके में एच ब्लॉक में 36 साल के रहने वाले जावेद को काफी नजदीक से आकर उसके आंख में गोली मारी है. हालांकि वो इरादा तो था कि उसके सर पे गोली मारने का, जिससे कि पूरा सर के परखच्चे उड़ जाए, लेकिन कहीं न कहीं वो जिस तरह से बाकायदा वो जावेद अपने आप को बचाया, तो शायद उसी का तकाजा है कि वो गोली उसके आंख में लगी. हालांकि वो आंख बर्बाद हो चुका है, लेकिन इस वक्त में उसकी जान बची हुई है और अस्पताल में उसका इलाज चल रहा है. जी.
Thank you very much, Shankar. That's a miraculous escape indeed. But now we're moving on to Kashmir, where red flags have been raised over the tricolour mandate.
कश्मीर में परिस्थितियां बदली हैं, लोग भारत के साथ खड़े हैं, इन लोगों ने गुमराह किया उनको. आज इस प्रकार से जो एक कोशिश की जा रही है कि कि वहाँ पर हर घर में झंडा चढ़े, तो ये बार बार गलत बयानबाजी करके लोगों को गुमराह कर रहे हैं, लोगों को भड़काते हैं।
It's more of a childish order. I mean, compelling people to put tricolor on their shops and houses and establishments.
As a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebration, the J&K government has formed a high-level committee to implement the recent decision taken on the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. While the move was welcomed by the BJP, PDP spokesperson Anil Sethi has called it a childish move. Now remember, earlier National Conference chief Farooq Abdullah had sarcastically said when a journalist in Kashmir asked him about the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, "Keep your Tiranga at home." That's what Farooq Abdullah had said.
महबूबा मुफ्ती बार बार भारतीय झंडे को लेकर के जो आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मनाया जा रहा है उस पर सवाल खड़े करते हैं। तिरंगे की बेइज्जती करना इनका शुरू से काम रहा है। इनको तकलीफ होना स्वाभाविक बात है, क्योंकि 70 साल इन्होंने उस झंडे को प्रायोरिटी दी जिसके कारण से अलगाववाद, आतंकवाद और परिवारवाद ये सब चीज़ें चलती रही। अब वो कश्मीर में परिस्थितियाँ बदली हैं, लोग भारत के साथ खड़े हैं, तो ये बार बार गलत बयानबाजी करके लोगों को गुमराह कर रहे हैं, लोगों को भड़काते हैं। लेकिन इस प्रकार की जो व्यवस्था है, लोग इस सब को नकारेंगे और आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव पर हर जगह झंडा चढ़ेगा।
Sir, an order has been issued by the UT administration. How do you see it, sir?
It's more of a childish order. I mean, compelling people to put tricolor on their shops and houses and establishments. In my opinion, personal opinion, it amounts to demeaning the authority of the tricolor. Tricolor is something which we respect from the core of our hearts, and we stand up wherever tricolor is unfurled or hoisted. Secondly, I think this is yet another distraction move of the government. The government never wants to address the main issues: unemployment, poverty, other hostile issues facing the country, the common man. They keep on distracting, they keep on generating controversies out of nothing, out of no issues.
Now we join my colleague Tejinder Singh Sodhi. Tejinder, the flag is of course a matter of pride for all of us, but if you have to display it prominently, you also have to follow the flag code. So perhaps a lot of residents might be apprehensive about this because, you know, if any dirt accumulates on it, if it falls in water, for instance, they will be held accountable, and it's also a criminal charge if you neglect the flag. So it's also a huge responsibility, which is why some people might be objecting to it.
You see, Shilpa, the authorities, especially the administration in Jammu and Kashmir, they have formed several committees. Yesterday, a high-level committee was formed that would overlook the entire campaign of Har Ghar Tiranga. And now at every district level, the deputy commissioners and other officials, they would be overlooking the overall arrangement for this campaign, and also people would be sanitized. They would be informed about the steps which they have to take to upkeep that the protocol of the tricolor has to be followed. It is not like that they will install the tricolor atop their houses and then they will forget it. So every protocol has to be followed, every flag code has to be followed, and that only after that the people are sanitized, and only after that they will be asked to put the tricolor atop their houses. So all the arrangements have been put in place by the authorities. A high-level committee has already been formed by the LG administration, and now at every district level, even yesterday, soon after the high-level committee was formed, in Rajouri district in Jammu region, the deputy commissioner of the area, he held a meeting wherein he discussed with all the officials all the modalities that would be all the modalities relating the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. So every step would be taken by the authorities, by the police, law enforcing agencies to ensure that the flag code is duly followed when the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign starts across the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, Shilpa.
All right, thank you very much, Tejinder. We'll leave it at that because we have some breaking news coming in. Now, the Congress reacts to allegations against their senior leader, Ahmed Patel. Jairam Ramesh has said that the Indian National Congress categorically refutes the mischievous charges manufactured against the late Shri Ahmed Patel. This is part of the Prime Minister's systematic strategy to absolve himself of any responsibility for the communal carnage unleashed when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat in 2002. Now we're joined by my colleague Pallavi Ghosh with more on this. Very good morning to you, Pallavi. Now the Congress saying that these are all manufactured charges. In fact, this morning the SIT says that Teesta Setalvad had actually asked the Congress to award her with the Padma Award. So the Congress hasn't any word from Congress on that allegation as well?
Well, there have been on the social media timeline certainly defenses coming in from the Congress party asking this counter question to the BJP that did the UPA government actually give her that award. But having said that, I think this is going to be yet another round of confrontation between the two parties. Jairam Ramesh's extensive statement, which he has issued on behalf of the party, one, of course, defends the late Ahmed Patel, who's been a political secretary to Sonia Gandhi and someone who's been one of the top-notch leaders of the Congress. Second, of course, giving these counter allegations against the Modi government when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, that he did nothing to stop the violence which broke out there. And third, that how these issues are always raked up only because there's a cover-up operation by the Modi government at the center.
Well, yes, indeed, Pallavi. We'll leave it at that. But Congress saying that this is a cover-up operation by the Modi government using the bodies to manipulate the truth is what Congress is alleging. We'll leave it at that and we'll take a very small break and bigger headlines on the other side.
On Bits to Billions this weekend, we have an entrepreneur who wants to make in India for the world, Amrit Acharya, the co-founder and CEO of Betwa. Is it exciting to train for engineering and actually do engineering?
Like I graduated with a degree in electrical engineering, but I ended up doing nothing close to electrical engineering for many years. In fact, I was at McKinsey for a bit. At my heart, I always felt that calling, that I really like building things.
Why did you decide to choose an unsexy industry, so to speak?
While it was unsexy, for us it was very sexy because we understood the pain points in a way which felt unique to us. It felt very authentic to us that these are problems we are passionate about, and I felt that I wanted to drive some change.
Now in Sri Lanka, folks, the PM and President have run away from the fight. It sounds funny if you're not paying attention, but it's true. They actually just got up and ran away. They owe 50 billion in debt, the country that is, and they need to clear 28 billion by 2027. A minimum of 28 billion, otherwise they basically just sink completely. There'll be like nothing left. So let's talk to international financial advisor Dr. R.U. Kutty, who is being consulted by what's left of the Sri Lankan administration. And he's right here with us. He's a very busy man. Mr. R.U. Kutty?
That's my name.
I see. Great opening, sir. Great opening. I love that. Let's start at the top now. Is there any hope for Sri Lanka?
Is there a hope for Uddhav in Maharashtra or Congress at the center?
I don't know.
Then that's your answer.
Okay, but now let's go from the top to the bottom.
But young man, I did that by appearing on your show.
Right, so comedy we're getting no answers, but we've got comedy. True. Now, R.U. Kutty.
That's me, that's my name.
No, just let me complete. R.U. Kutty.
That's my name, that's me.
This guy can you just behave yourself, sir? Please, sir. How did it get so bad for Sri Lanka? Give us an understanding of why it went wrong.
See, I'll tell you. You owe 10 rupees.
Yes.
Then you borrow 10 rupees to pay off the first 10 rupees.
I owe 10 rupees, so I borrow 10 rupees.
But now, you owe the initial guy 12 rupees because of the compound interest. So you pay off 10, still owe 2 to him, plus another 10 to second guy. Meanwhile, both sums compound further and become...
This is getting very scary.
So now you owe 5 to the first guy and 13 to the second guy. So you borrow 10 from the third guy.
Okay. Please stop. This show is painful enough as it is. Don't do this calculation. Please stop.
So they reach a point of 50 billion plus in debt and growing.
Is that so?
And can you believe it all started from borrowing just 10 rupees.
I don't think that's true. In fact, I feel really bad. I apologize to all people listening. It's very insensitive to make jokes like this when some country is really a country we all love. It's a beautiful country with, just really nice if you visited, unfortunately. So we're all feeling bad. So, sir, please give us some good news.
Good news. Yes. This is a very good news, I must tell you. My nephew, Sunil, is getting engaged and the girl is beautiful. Beautiful girl.
This guy, I tell you, not that kind of good news about Sri Lanka. For Sri Lanka, is there any hope, any good news?
Sri Lanka. There are few scenarios which may work.
Are you just looking for out here or you really have some thoughts? Such as?
Such as sublet to the global powerhouse like China, US, Canada.
I thought of that. We were discussing this offline, and I think that's a problem because you become a vassal state, no? You become yes men of the big power.
Exactly. Then they could make Bahubali, Pushpa, RRR, KGF in Sinhalese as another option.
But it's a country of just 22 million. I mean, they can't get India-like figures from sales of tickets and all, yeah?
They can if the citizens.
Welcome back after the break. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Kanpur. He's on the way to Jalaun to inaugurate the Bundelkhand Expressway. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and other dignitaries received him at the Kanpur airport as per protocol. Now, our colleague Pranshu Mishra is there at Jalaun. You've been watching those visuals. I'm going across to him right now. Pranshu, we've seen the kind of turnout that is awaiting Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They're all extremely happy about the recognition that districts such as Bundelkhand or even Jalaun have received. When is he expected to arrive there, and what is the program for the inauguration? Take us through it.
Probably next 45 minutes, he'll be here. We are expecting him to be here by, say, 11:30. That's not the official time as been given. And here it's around 1.5 hours of program where Prime Minister will be inaugurating the particular Bundelkhand Expressway, and then of course will be addressing the huge crowd which has been patiently waiting since morning to listen to Prime Minister. And it's a moment of a big change in perception for Bundelkhand. Bundelkhand has always been in news for almost bad reasons. For drought, we have reported about how there has been the exodus of migrants from this region. How drought has forced people to flee from this region. This region has been known for dacoits and crime in the past. But now Bundelkhand Expressway comes in at a moment when one can talk about the development possibilities, the development potential in this region. This district of Bundelkhand, they are being connected to Bundelkhand, and via this expressway, they will be connected to the national capital, Delhi, as well as the state capital. So clearly, it's a big moment. And even as I speak, I can hear the chants of Modi, Modi, echoing this entire pandal, this entire area. So clearly, excitement is in the air, and people are eagerly waiting for the Prime Minister to arrive and inaugurate the Bundelkhand Expressway.
Well, yes, indeed. I've been seeing that kind of excitement, and you've been bringing us all those reactions from the people as well. Do you have a timeline of when he is arriving? Because he does have other meetings scheduled for the day as well. So what time is this inauguration expected at?
Well, the official time is of 11:30 a.m. So we are expecting that somewhere around that time, maybe a few minutes late, Prime Minister will be here. And since it's the event of the Prime Minister, it would be more or less precisely around the time. So from 11:30 a.m. onwards, we'll be watching these pictures where Prime Minister, along with the galaxy of BJP leaders, including Yogi Adityanath, UP Chief Minister, both the Deputy Chief Ministers, Keshav Maurya and Brijesh Pathak, along with the entire cabinet, Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Anandiben Patel, all these VVIPs are already there on the stage waiting for Prime Minister to arrive. Yogi Adityanath also accompanying Prime Minister en route from Kanpur to Jalaun. So clearly, next 45 minutes, I think Prime Minister should be here and propose that it will be around 1.5 hours of event where the keynote address will of course be that from the Prime Minister. And before that, there will of course be a welcome address by Yogi Adityanath. And emphasis again, I think in the Prime Minister's speech will most likely be on the fact that how the double-engine government phenomena has been working well for Uttar Pradesh when it comes to pulling UP out of that image of a six-state, a Dimaru Raj, and putting it on the pathways of development. So I think that message again would be resonated in what Prime Minister has to say to thousands and thousands of people who have been waiting for hours now to listen to their leader.
Well, yes, indeed. Also, Pranju, tell us about how this expressway helps the image of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. He has built so many in his tenure. In fact, 7 of them under work currently. The fact that he has executed this in record time surely speaks for something. And are his critics also lauding him for this particular development?
Yes, that's right. Talking specifically about Yogi Adityanath, the project clearly is in a, it will be seen as a gem in its crown. So it will be high on his list of achievements. The fact that unlike other projects, for example, the Purvanchal Expressway, over which we saw war breaking out between the Samajwadi Party and the BJP, Akhilesh Yadav claiming that project was complete during our regime, it has been only inaugurated by Prime Minister. Unlike that, Bundelkhand Expressway is entirely the BJP government project. The vision was seen by Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Foundation stone was laid in 2020 with Yogi Adityanath as Chief Minister, and now the execution is being done in record 28 months. So in that sense, Bundelkhand Expressway is entirely a project that was, the basic concepts were done by Yogi Adityanath government, and execution has also been done by him. So it is the entirely 100% project of Yogi Adityanath's vision. One can claim that. Second, of course, the Yogi Adityanath has always talked about putting UP, making UP a $1 trillion economy. So in that context, the expressways will clearly mean new business, growth in tourism potential, growth in trade potential, for the entire region, and therefore the larger vision of putting UP on a development growth, making it a $1 trillion economy, that road also goes to the expressways, and Bundelkhand Expressway of course will be a big, big channel of that ambition. So I think in that context, the Bundelkhand Expressway clearly gives Yogi Adityanath an image of a man who is committed to the development of Uttar Pradesh.
Well, yes, indeed, Pranshu, this is a tangible development indeed, and they're on everyone's screens. But now we're also going to take a look at what's taking place in Sri Lanka. Amid the political crisis, Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe took charge as the interim president of the island nation. Within hours of taking charge, Wickremesinghe issued 2 decisions. Firstly, he has prohibited the term excellency to introduce the president, and he also appointed top army officials in order to maintain law across the country. Meanwhile, the nominations for the presidential post will be filed on the 19th of July, and elections will take place on the 20th of July. Opposition leader Sajit Premadasa and MP Peruma have announced their candidature for the presidential post. Now we're joined by Purnima Murali, who's live with us from the Colombo Presidential Palace. Purnima, from what we see from reports and what we've been watching, there is so much anger against Ranil Wickremesinghe. Was he reluctant to be even the interim acting president? And also the fact that he has said, don't call me excellency. I don't think anyone wanted to call him that as well. So, was it like a chance for him to do rapprochement, which is why he struck down that term?
Well,
he knows that people and protesters here are angry with Ranil as well, because they see Ranil as someone who is protecting the Rajapakshas, and now that as per constitution he is the acting president, the ruling SLPP has in fact said that their party will support Ranil for the presidency post, and that's why people here who have been protesting for 99 days now say that it's time for Ranil also to step down. They want good governance, they want an all-party government and not someone who is seen as someone close to the Rajapakshas, and therefore you can see that protests at the Golf Face continue even as Gotabaya has resigned, because their demand right now is a resignation of Ranil Wickremesinghe. You've been protesting for over 99 days. What is your analysis of Ranil Wickremesinghe? Why is that anger directed towards him? Is it because he's not done much after he became the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka?
Yes, it's also because he's been in the political system for years and years, and he has failed many times. So we have watched him, we have supported him throughout the years, and it's been to no avail. So we would rather have someone who would actually be able to hear, who would be able to eradicate corruption, not stand up for it and have deals going on so to ensure they are political.
Someone who's very close to the Rajapakshas.
Yes. Yes.
And will the protests continue till he resigns?
Yes, I think they will. I mean, I haven't protested previously ever, except when we started all this, which was say 4 or 5 months ago. We started in our own areas, in our neighborhoods, peaceful protests, and then we joined this group of young people, who are patriots, and we can see what everyone is going through, what we are going through in Sri Lanka.
Challenges you're facing, apart from unavailability of fuel, what are the other challenges that the citizens of Sri Lanka are facing at the moment?
Shutdown of workplaces, so your income is lost, your revenue is lost. All small and medium business industries are closing down, retrenching of staff, and also the rising cost of living, which is what people are unable to handle right now. It's astronomical every day, and then there is also fuel and things, because there is a shortage of it, the shortage that has been created, it's going at black market rates, which is not fair to everyone.
Right.
Not everyone can afford that, and that's not fair to the majority of the Sri Lankans, and it's appalling actually.
That's the anger you see. It's very difficult for people to survive or to make their ends meet. Many businesses are shut because of the unavailability of fuel and also acute shortage of essential commodities. Schools, colleges continue to remain shut because there's no fuel and there are transportation issues. Every sector in Sri Lanka is hugely impacted, and it's only getting worse.
All right, Purnima, thank you so much for bringing us those very essential updates. Staying on Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan cricketer Chamika Karunaratne has shared his ordeal on the unavailability of fuel in the country affecting their practice. Remember, there is no fuel in Sri Lanka. People are actually buying bicycles. Listen to what he had to say.
We have to go for practices in Colombo and in some different places, and we have club season also going on, and with that it's with fuel, and we can't go for practices. In last 2 days I didn't went anywhere else. I just was in the queue for 2 days, and I just got my fuel, and so struggling at right now. So even if we only got for like 10,000 rupees, and that's only for like maximum 2 to 3 days, and I don't know after that what I'm going to do, because I think the people are like saying that the fuel is not coming for another 1 week, I think.
A very warm welcome. You're watching the 11 a.m. newscast with me, Akanksha Swaroop, on CNN News 18. Let's begin with our top stories in News Blitz 50. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to inaugurate the 296-kilometer-long Bundelkhand Expressway today. The expressway is built at a cost of 14,850 crore rupees. This 4-lane expressway will pass through 7 Uttar Pradesh districts. The foundation stone for this expressway was laid by Prime Minister Modi in 2020, and the project has been completed in a span of just 28 months.
If you start from Delhi, take the Yamuna Expressway to Agra and then the Agra-Lucknow Expressway. This is the point. If you travel about 300 kilometers from Delhi, where you hit this interchange from where the new Bundelkhand Expressway starts. This project is being inaugurated by the Prime Minister on the July the 16th.
इससे बहुत विकास होगा. हम लोग अपना माल भी और कहीं ले जाके बेच सकते हैं इससे.
सड़क का बनने से सर एक तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीज इसमें फायदा होगा टूरिज्म में.
Jalaun is the district where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be arriving on July the 16th to inaugurate this expressway. A huge tent has been set up. A huge public meeting will happen a bit far from here where the Prime Minister will be addressing the people.
This 297 kilometers long Bundelkhand Expressway will be dedicated to the people of Uttar Pradesh shortly in an event being held here in Jalaun, and will be dedicated to people by the Prime Minister. Bundelkhand Expressway that will pass through 6 districts comprising of Jhansi, Chitrakoot, Mahoba, Jalaun, and will finally end in Auraiya, will connect the Bundelkhand Expressway directly to the already existing Lucknow-Agra Expressway, and thereby it will give people of Bundelkhand a direct connectivity not only to state capital Lucknow but also to the national capital of Delhi.
Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav has taken a dig at the Uttar Pradesh government on the Bundelkhand Expressway project. He shared a video of the under-constructed expressway on Twitter and asked what is the hurry to inaugurate the expressway even before its completion. 4 people have been arrested in connection to the Patna terror module. While 3 were arrested on Thursday, the cops arrested another last evening and have found Pakistani links in this case. According to the police, the messages found on the group were communal, extremist and objectionable, unlawful and unconstitutional as well. The WhatsApp group also had people from India, Pakistan and Yemen.
कल एक और महत्वपूर्ण गिरफ्तारी हुई है. जो गिरफ्तार अभियुक्त है उसका नाम है मरगूब अहमद दानिश. एक ऐसा नंबर पता चला था जिसमें बहुत ही आपत्तिजनक पोस्ट, राष्ट्र विरोधी वीडियोस, नारे इत्यादि उनका प्रचार और प्रसार किया जा रहा था. ये व्यक्ति गजवा हिंद नाम का संस्था के साथ जुड़ा हुआ था.
Ahead of the vice presidential elections, the BJP Parliamentary Board will hold a key meeting today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Ministers Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari, besides Party President JP Nadda, will be among others present at this meeting. The last date for filing of nomination papers for the poll is July 19 and the election is scheduled on August 6th. As part of the Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav celebration, the Jammu and Kashmir government has formed a high-level committee to implement the recent decision taken on the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. While the move was welcomed by the BJP, PDP has called it a childish move.
महबूबा मुफ्ती बार-बार भारतीय झंडे को लेकर के जो आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मनाया जा रहा है उस पर सवाल खड़े करते हैं. तिरंगे की बेइज्जती करना इनका शुरू से काम रहा है. 70 साल इन्होंने उस झंडे को प्रायोरिटी दी जिसके कारण से अलगाववाद, आतंकवाद और परिवारवाद ये सब चीज़ें चलती रही.
Yet another distraction move of the government. The government never wants to address the main issues: unemployment, poverty, other hostile issues facing the country, the common man. They keep on distracting, they keep on generating controversy out of nothing, out of no issues.
A Pakistani woman was nabbed on the line of control in Poonch by security forces. The infiltrator was nabbed in the forward sector where infiltration took attempt a few days ago. The woman was handed over to the Jammu and Kashmir police. Goodbye. All right, let's listen into the BJP press conference on Teesta se Talwar right now.
विषय को जीवित रखने का काम कर रहे थे.
और अतथ्य प्रस्तुत कर रहे थे। अब समय आ गया है, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा था, कि इन लोगों के ऊपर भी कानून का सिकंजा कसे और इन लोगों को भी जुडिशियल ट्रायल फेस करना पड़े। यह सुप्रीम कोर्ट की सख्त टिप्पणी थी और मीडिया ने रिपोर्ट किया था। इसके पश्चात कुछ लोगों की गिरफ्तारी हुई। तीस्ता सितलवाड़, बी श्री कुमार, आईपीएस ऑफिसर संजीव भट्ट, कुछ लोग गिरफ्तार हुए। उनके ऊपर एक एसआईटी बैठाया गया था। आज सुबह से मीडिया रिपोर्ट के माध्यम से देश देख रही है कि ये जो एसआईटी है, एसआईटी ने अपने एफिडेविट को कोर्ट में सबमिट किया है। एफिडेविट ने अपने जांच को कंक्लूड करके ये जो रिपोर्ट रखा है, बहुत सारे सत्य को ये सामने लाती है। इट रिवील्स shocking truth, shocking facts have come to the fore after the SIT report in front of the court. बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से यह एफिडेविट कहती है कि तीस्ता सितलवाड़ और उनके साथी, उनके सहयोगी जो काम कर रहे थे, वो मानवता के लिए काम नहीं कर रहे थे। वो एक पॉलिटिकल डिजाइन के साथ, एक पॉलिटिकल ऑब्जेक्टिव के साथ, एक राजनैतिक मंसूबे के साथ काम कर रहे थे। और उनका मंसूबा क्या था? उनका दो टूक मंसूबा था। दे हैड टू ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। ये दो पॉलिटिकल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या थे? प्रथम पॉलिटिकल ऑब्जेक्टिव था डिसमिसल एंड डिस्टेबलाइजेशन ऑफ द पब्लिकली इलेक्टेड गुजरात गवर्नमेंट। उस समय जो राज्य की सरकार थी गुजरात में, किस प्रकार से उसे बर्खास्त किया जाए और उसे अस्थिर बनाया जाए, यह प्रथम राजनीतिक मनसा, यह प्रथम पॉलिटिकल ऑब्जेक्टिव तीस्ता सितलवाड़ और उनके मित्रों का था, उनके साथियों का था। और जो दूसरा मनसा था, द सेकेंड पॉलिटिकल ऑब्जेक्टिव वाज टू फ्रेम इनोसेंट पीपल इन गुजरात राइट 2002, जिसमें आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का नाम भी शामिल है। किस प्रकार से नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नाम को शामिल किया जाए, किस प्रकार से उन्हें अपमानित किया जाए, उनको किस प्रकार से पदच्युत किया जाए, किस प्रकार से उन्हें परेशान किया जाए, ताकि भविष्य का एक लीडर जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी को आगे लेने की क्षमता जिसमें है, उसे रोका जा सके। इस मनसा के साथ तीस्ता और उनके साथी काम कर रहे थे। ये जो पॉलिटिकल ऑब्जेक्टिव था, इसका खुलासा एफिडेविट में हुआ है। एफिडेविट ने स्पष्ट रूप से कहा है कि ये जो कॉन्स्पिरेसी, ये जो षड्यंत्र है, दिस कॉन्स्पिरेसी वॉज टू मलाइन द इमेज ऑफ गुजरात। केवल नरेंद्र मोदी और केवल राजनीतिक दृष्टिकोण से नहीं, गुजरात किस प्रकार से इसमें उसके चित्र को मलिन किया जाए, इमेज ऑफ गुजरात को धक्का पहुंचे, यह षड्यंत्र भी तीस्ता सितलवाड़ और उनके साथी कर रहे थे। और दुख का विषय है, जो हम कह रहे थे, जो हम सोच रहे थे, जिस पर डिबेट और डिस्कशंस होते थे, आज एफिडेविट में वो हकीकत सामने आया है कि षड्यंत्र तो हुआ, षड्यंत्र के रचयिता कौन थे? Who were the ones who were driving these conspiracies? अहमद पटेल, श्री अहमद पटेल, जो पूर्व के कांग्रेस के दिग्गज नेता, राज्यसभा के मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट और मुख्यतः चीफ पॉलिटिकल एडवाइजर टू द देन कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट सोनिया गांधी। मैं आज इस मंच से अहमद पटेल जी की शांति की कामना करता हूं। वो आज हमारे बीच में नहीं है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी संवेदनशीलता में विश्वास रखती है। अहमद पटेल तो मात्र एक नाम है। ही इज जस्ट अ नेम। द ड्राइविंग फोर्स बिहाइंड अहमद पटेल वॉज हिज बॉस सोनिया गांधी। अहमद पटेल तो मात्र एक नाम है, काम तो सोनिया जी का था। नाम अहमद पटेल, काम सोनिया जी, इसलिए अपने मुख्य राजनीतिक सचेतक, अपने मुख्य पॉलिटिकल एडवाइजर अहमद पटेल के माध्यम से सोनिया जी ने गुजरात के छवि को धूमिल करने की चेष्टा की। अहमद पटेल जी के माध्यम से सोनिया जी ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी को घेरने की चेष्टा की, उन्हें अपमानित और उन्हें किस प्रकार से निष्कासित किया जाए, इसकी चेष्टा की। और यह पूरे षड्यंत्र की रचयिता सोनिया गांधी है। और आगे बड़े स्पष्ट शब्दों में यह एफिडेविट कहती है, मीडिया से हमने एफिडेविट डाउनलोड किया है क्योंकि मीडिया एफिडेविट चला रही है। एंड आई वुड लाइक टू कोट फ्रॉम द एफिडेविट, एंड आई कोट, द एप्लीकेंट Shitalwad held a meeting with Ahmed Patel and received rupees 5 lakh at the first instance, where the money was given to her by one of the witnesses on the instructions of Patel. 2 days later, they met at the circuit house at Shahibabad in Ahmedabad, where she received rupees 25 lakh more from Patel. This amount was not for relief work, as relief activity was carried out by Gujarat Relief Committee. There were many other political leaders in the meeting. पैसे दिए गए और जो पहला किस्त गया है वो पहला किस्त 5 + 25 अर्थात 30 लाख का पहला किस्त सोनिया गांधी जी ने तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ को दिया। अहमद पटेल जी हमारे बीच में नहीं है, अहमद पटेल जी ने तो केवल डिलीवर किया, दिया सोनिया जी ने अपनी तिजोरी से, डिलीवरी की अहमद पटेल जी ने और लिया तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ ने। और याद रखिए ये 30 लाख उस जमाने में केवल पहला किस्त था। दिस वॉज जस्ट दी फर्स्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट। इसके आगे न जाने कितने करोड़ों रुपए सोनिया गांधी जी ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी को अपमानित और बदनाम करने के लिए, झूठे षड्यंत्र में फंसाने के लिए, बीजेपी को नीचे गिराने के लिए, बीजेपी कैसे आगे ना बढ़े इस चेष्टा में और केवल बीजेपी और मोदी को पीछे रख करके राहुल गांधी को प्रमोट करने के लिए तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ का इस्तेमाल इस पैसे से सोनिया गांधी जी ने किया। और एक बड़ी बात जो एफिडेविट कहती है, दिस मनी वाज नॉट फॉर रिलीफ वर्क। ये पैसा कोई रिलीफ वर्क के लिए नहीं था, किसी गरीब के लिए नहीं था, किसी दुखियारी के लिए नहीं था। ये पैसा उनके पर्सनल यूज के लिए था, क्योंकि गुजरात रिलीफ कमेटी बनी हुई थी। जो भी पैसा रिलीफ वर्क के लिए जाता था वो इस कमेटी में जाता था। और दूसरे पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स के साथ भी मीटिंग हुई। सबसे बड़ी बात है, ये एफिडेविट कहती है 4 महीने बाद पुनः एक क्लैंडेस्टीन, कोट अनकोट क्लैंडेस्टीन माने चोरी चोरी चुपके चुपके, चोरी चोरी चुपके चुपके रात के अंधेरे में ये सारे षड्यंत्रकारी, कौन? तीस्ता सीतलवाड़, संजीव भट्ट, श्री कुमार, ये कहां मिले? ये अहमद पटेल जी के घर में मिलते हैं और उसके बाद कांग्रेस के बड़े बड़े दिग्गज नेताओं के साथ मिलते हैं। What was the purpose? The only purpose was to destabilize and dismiss the Gujarat government and to defame the then CM of Gujarat, नरेंद्र मोदी जी। एक ही मकसद था, उसको लेकर इनकी मीटिंग होती है। आज जो रिपोर्ट आए हैं वो दिल को दहला देते हैं कि ये सब जो षड्यंत्र कर रही थी, जो मैलिशियस काम कर रही थी तीस्ता सीतलवाड़, इससे प्रसन्न होकर, अति प्रसन्न होकर सोनिया जी ने पद्मश्री दिया 2007 में तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ को। केवल पैसे नहीं, पद्मश्री भी दिया गया। और ये पद्मश्री देने का काम तो अहमद पटेल जी नहीं, ये तो सोनिया गांधी जी खुद कर रही थी, चयन तो वही करती थी। और याद रखिए ये तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ सोनिया गांधी जी के किचन कैबिनेट अर्थात NAC, नेशनल एडवाइजरी काउंसिल की मेंबर थी। Teesta Setalwad was one of the coveted members, a revered member of the National Advisory Committee of Sonia Gandhi, which was a non-constitutional body, and she worked according to the advices of Teesta Setalwad. बंधुगण, आज अखबारों में यह भी छपा है कि तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ राज्यसभा की सीट चाहती थी, राज्यसभा का नॉमिनेशन चाहती थी। ये तो हम सरकार में आ गए, वरना आज तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ हो सकता है गृह मंत्री होती, हो सकता है आज एक बहुत बड़े पद पे होती। किस प्रकार से ये सरकार पहले चल रही थी। और अंत में ये एफिडेविट कहती है, मिस अप्रोप्रिएशन ऑफ फंड्स फॉर पर्सनल यूज, पर्सनल यूज के लिए मिस अप्रोप्रिएट किया फंड। और ये जो फंड मिस अप्रोप्रिएट किया, इसका एक FIR हुआ था, फिरोज खान पठान ने किया था गुलबर्ग सोसाइटी के। गुलबर्ग सोसाइटी के खुद फिरोज खान पठान ने किया था कि पैसा तो हमारे नाम पे इकट्ठा किया, म्यूजियम बनाएंगे ऐसा कहा, किंतु ये सारे पैसे आपने खर्च किए अपने ऊपर। और मैं आज एक मोटा सा दस्तावेज लेके आया हूं। ये जो दस्तावेज है ये बीजेपी का दस्तावेज नहीं, ये हाई कोर्ट ऑफ गुजरात का जजमेंट है। आप सोचिए जरा, सुनिए जरा, मैं पढ़ता हूं। द डाटा रिसीव्ड, मैं आपको एक एक करके पढ़ के सुनाता हूं कोर्ट के ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या था। Money which was meant for the poor and the needy have been misappropriated by the applicants for their own materialistic pleasure and comfort. Huge amount has been used for the purchase of items like wine, shoes, holiday resorts, air tickets, etc. Wine और shoes, holiday resorts, ये है तीस्ता से तलवार की हकीकत. Wine and shoes, resorts, गरीबों के पैसे के ऊपर इस प्रकार का जुल्म. और सुनिए कोर्ट क्या कहती है. The statement of the 13 witnesses recorded till date clearly indicate that not a single rupee is received by them. Them means जिन्होंने केस किया है. By them towards financial aid or rehabilitation or construction of museum. Investigation has revealed that it is only after the publication of interviews, photographs, articles relating to the Gujarat riots, and more particularly after the massive campaign in 2008 onwards for collecting funds for establishment of the Museum of Resistance for the Gulbarg Society, that the funds started flowing into the two NGOs in crores, 44% of which in Sabrang Trust and 35% to the CJP have been transferred into personal accounts. Crores were transferred into personal accounts, a court कहती है. Having gone through the material on record, I have noticed, I means the judge, I have noticed something very shocking and at the same time extremely sad. मैं बहुत दुखी हूँ, जज कह रहे हैं. There are serious allegations against the applicants of misuse and misappropriation of huge amount received by them through various donors. The money which should have gone to the poor and the needy appears to have been prima facie misused for their personal pleasure and comfort. Personal pleasure और comfort के लिए ये पैसा इस्तेमाल किया गया. बंधुगण, हमारी ये सरकार, मैं आज बीजेपी को भी धन्यवाद देता हूं. मैं तो एक बीजेपी का साधारण, हम दोनों जो बैठे हैं साधारण कार्यकर्ता हैं, मगर इस विराट पार्टी को आज हम भी धन्यवाद देते हैं. Not through vengeance, but through patience we work. कभी भी बदले के भाव के साथ नहीं, धैर्य के साथ ये पार्टी काम करती है. और आज जो उक्ति हजारों करोड़ों साल से कहा जाता है, भगवान के घर में देर है मगर अंधेर नहीं, ये सारे एफिडेविट, ये सारे जजमेंट आज ये प्रूव करता है कि अगर धैर्य रख के काम किया जाए, बदले के भाव से काम नहीं किया जाए, तो ऊपर वाला भी, द सुप्रीम कॉन्शियसनेस यील्ड्स, ही लिसन्स, और सच्चाई सामने आती है. ट्रुथ हैज द अनकैनी हैबिट ऑफ रिवीलिंग इटसेल्फ. इट मे बी लेट, but ultimately truth reveals itself, and the truth is the driving force behind the conspiracy was Sonia Gandhi. सच्चाई है कि जो ड्राइविंग फोर्स है, किस प्रकार नरेंद्र मोदी जी को अपमानित किया जाए, बदनाम किया जाए, बीजेपी को छल कपट करके समाप्त किया जाए, गुजरात में सरकार को वहां डिसमिस किया जाए, उसको किस प्रकार से अस्थिर किया जाए, गुजरात दंगे को लेकर राजनीति की जाए, इसके पीछे केवल और केवल एक व्यक्ति थी, और वह है सोनिया गांधी, द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी. टुडे वी आर वांटिंग आंसर्स फ्रॉम नन अदर देन Sonia Gandhi. No Jairam Ramesh would suffice in answering this. जयराम रमेश जी को एक कागज रिलीज कर देंगे, और इनके कागजों की हकीकत तो हम 3 दिन से देख रहे हैं. ये हामिद अंसारी जी के 3-3 लाइन के कागज रिलीज करते हैं, और हर दिन शाम को आप मीडिया वाले जो चतुर्थ स्तंभ हैं, वो आप इनके कागज की धज्जियां उड़ा देते हैं, हकीकत सामने ले आते हैं, फोटो दिखा देते हैं, हकीकत दिखा देते हैं. तो आज भी केवल कागज से काम नहीं चलेगा जयराम रमेश जी. With a clear conscience, we beseech Sonia Gandhi ji to come and hold a press conference and address the nation as to why she was conspiring against Narendra Modi. Thank you so much. See, as far as Jairam Ramesh is concerned, I have observed that the day he became the media head of the communication head of Congress party, ये पहले से ही एक ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट बना के रखे हुए होते हैं. ये हर दिन के हिसाब से डॉक्यूमेंट बना के रखे होते हैं कि दिस इज मैलिशियस, दिस इज मिस्चीवियस, वी हैव नथिंग टू डू, और केवल उसमें डेट चेंज कर करके रिलीज करते हैं. हमने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं किया, एफिडेविट अभी जयराम रमेश जी ने पूरा पढ़ा नहीं, और सुबह 6 बजे रिलीज कर दिया कि मिस्चीवियस है. अरे अभी तो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ है, सारे डॉक्यूमेंट तो हमने अभी दिखाए हैं. जयराम रमेश जी, आपसे नहीं हो पाएगा, सोनिया जी को कहिए Sonia ji was the driving force. We do not want a Jairam Ramesh to answer with a piece of paper. We want Sonia ji to answer. देखिए, पहला मैं उत्तर देता हूं जो आपका पहला प्रश्न था कांग्रेस पार्टी की सफाई को लेकर। मैंने अभी अंग्रेजी में भी कहा, मैं हिंदी में कहता हूं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी हर विषय पर यही उत्तर देती है कि ये दबाव की राजनीति हो रही है, एसआईटी दबाव में काम कर रही है। 2 हफ्ते पहले जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जजमेंट दिया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कीप द पॉट बॉइलिंग फॉर अल्टीरियर डिजाइन। षड्यंत्रकारी पूरे इस षड्यंत्र में शामिल थे, तो क्या ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट दबाव में काम कर रही थी? कांग्रेस क्या कहना चाहती? ये पूरा देश दबाव में काम करता है? कोई दबाव में काम नहीं करता है। आज सोनिया जी और कांग्रेस पार्टी दबाव में है, क्योंकि आज वो धरे गए हैं, आज वो पकड़े गए हैं और आज उनको उत्तर देना पड़ेगा। जहां तक अहमद पटेल जी का सवाल है, देखिए, मैंने बहुत संवेदनशीलता के साथ कहा उनकी आत्मा को शांति मिले। ये अटैक अहमद पटेल पे नहीं है, क्योंकि अहमद पटेल तो केवल एक पॉलिटिकल एडवाइजर थे। ही वॉज जस्ट अ पॉन हु वॉज यूज्ड इन द हैंड्स ऑफ सोनिया गांधी। वो तो केवल एक माध्यम थे। षड्यंत्रकारी तो सोनिया गांधी है। उत्तर सोनिया जी को देना पड़ेगा। हम अहमद पटेल जी की परिवार का सम्मान करते हुए उनसे कोई उत्तर नहीं मांग रहे हैं। उत्तर सोनिया जी को देना पड़ेगा, जिनके एडवाइजर अहमद पटेल थे। ही वॉज जस्ट द मीडियम थ्रू विच सोनिया गांधी एक्टेड। See, I have answered the 2 parts to it. As far as the last part is concerned, why no action against people? I have categorically stated and I have thanked the Bharatiya Janata Party that this party does not believe in vengeance. This party believes in fact. This party believes in patience. This party believes in a judicial process. This party believes in institutions which have been laid down by our forefathers constitutionally. हम लोगों को विश्वास है एक जुडिशियल प्रक्रिया के ऊपर, और इसलिए कुछ भी काम हम बदले की भाव के साथ नहीं करते हैं। और इसीलिए किसी को घर से घसीट के लाना, किसी को गिरफ्तार करना, ऐसी प्रक्रियाओं पे हम विश्वास नहीं करते हैं। हम डिबेट, डिस्कशन, इन्वेस्टिगेशन, कोर्ट्स, जुडिशियल प्रोसेस, इनमें विश्वास करते हैं। धन्यवाद।
All right, so that was the BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra bringing out some shocking revelations that have now surfaced in the affidavit lodged by the SIT, the Gujarat SIT team, that all categorically states that it was at the late Ahmed Patel's behest that Teesta Setalvad and along with others, that is former DGP Shri Kumar and former IPS officer Sanjeev Bhatt, were plotting to destabilize the situation in Gujarat. He also shared some other shocking revelations which have been mentioned in the affidavit, and those were a series of meetings that took place between the late Ahmed Patel and Teesta Setalvad, also claiming that an amount of 30 lakh rupees was given to Teesta Setalvad by Ahmed Patel, and how the court, he also referred to the court's order, which also mentions how there was misappropriation of funds by Teesta Setalvad. The money was apparently used to buy shoes, wine, and to invest in holiday resorts, tickets for holiday resorts. Some shocking revelations coming over there. The battle has already begun as Congress has already stepped in. Remember, earlier in the morning, Congress MP Jairam Ramesh rubbished the claims made in the affidavit. He called them as manufactured. At the same time, the late Ahmed Patel's daughter Mumtaz Patel has also refuted these claims made in the affidavit, saying that there's no point in making these claims as far as a deceased person is concerned. He's not even here to defend. But of course, Sambit Patra remains very, very All right, I'm also joined in by Arun Dhanta, our correspondent who's been tracking the story very closely. Arun, if you could bring us the key takeaways of that very crucial affidavit that has been shared by Sambit Patra.
Well, that's right. This is the official response of the BJP, and Sambit Patra was saying, in fact, blaming Sonia Gandhi for the entire efforts which were made to destabilize the government there in Gujarat right after the train burning in 2002. Sambit Patra said that Ahmed Patel was just used by Sonia Gandhi to pass on to money to Teesta Setalwar, and also all these efforts which she made along with her team there in Gujarat, that was happening at the behest of Sonia Gandhi. She not only wanted to destroy the image of then Chief Minister Narendra Modi, but also to defame the reputation of the state of Gujarat, and that's something which comes under the larger narrative which they wanted to build from that time onwards. So it is very, very significant as the story was published in various newspapers and was also seen on television. This is after the SIT's affidavit which they filed in the Civil Sessions Court in Gujarat, where they very categorically mentioned that how things transpired, how Teesta Setalwar along with other her associates tried to destabilize, defame the government of Gujarat, and how she was paid by Ahmed Patel. That's something which they have used in the affidavit which they had filed before the court there in Gujarat. And this is something which is very, very significant. We have got the reactions from the Congress party. They are saying
Stay with
that,
us, Arun. Stay with us, because I'm also joined in by Pallavi Ghosh, our senior political editor, who's joining me on the phone line. Pallavi, you just heard those details that were shared by Arun as well. We've heard what the BJP has to say. Some sensational and shocking claims have emerged in that affidavit that's been filed by the Gujarat SIT. Having said that, the Congress is also now up in arms in its defense. Could you tell us the kind of defense that is now being put forward by the likes of Jairam Ramesh, not to forget the comments that have come in by the late Ahmed Patel's daughter, Mumtaz Patel, as well?
There has been a detailed statement which has been, of course, issued by Jairam Ramesh on behalf of the party, and very categorically, he makes a point that, first of all, Ahmed Patel's these allegations against him are baseless, and also shouldn't the Chief Minister also be held responsible for the 2022 riots is what Congress is talking about, and this is a cover-up operation, and it's also time. It's interesting that this controversy has also now arose because there are two important developments which are going to take place very closely. One, of course, is the Parliament session, where I'm sure this is going to be made a huge issue against the Congress party as well, and some answers will be asked from them whether Sonia Gandhi herself was involved. Second, of course, there are those Gujarat elections where the Congress party is now trying to make yet another pitch into coming back to power, or at least improving its performance. So this whole concept of Ahmed Patel helping out Teesta Setalwar, and how awards are being bought, and how there was a systematic campaign, and frankly speaking, there was a clean sheet which has been given by the courts to the Prime Minister on this issue. Also, there has always been this criticism by the BJP and the Congress that these are always baseless allegations, and there was an attempt to malign the image of the Prime Minister even when he was a Chief Minister of Gujarat.
Right. I'm going to take one more question from Arun Dhata. Arun, I believe it was you who posed the question to Sambit Patra about why no action has been taken so far against Setalwar and, of course, the others as well. That includes Sanjeev Bhatt and Sri Kumar as well. What was the response that you received?
Well, that's right. And Sambit Patra was very much categorical. He said, we don't interfere into the proceedings of the courts. When court gave that judgment, when court, took the case forward, then only the process will start. So there is nothing which we can do in this regard. But of course, we had seen the responses not only from the Congress party, Jairam Ramesh, but also the daughter of Ahmed Patel. She's saying that they're not even sparing the departed soul and using his name to defame the opposition. But the fact here is that the SIT report, which has been submitted before the court, it has very scathing attack on Ahmed Patel and Teesta Setalwar. And in fact, in last couple of days, we had seen the the arrest of Teesta Setalvar right after Supreme Court giving clean chit to Prime Minister, and also Sambit Patra read out those remarks, very scathing remarks coming from the Supreme Court, where they said there was larger conspiracy to destabilize or to defame the state of Gujarat, and therefore the action should be taken against those people. And thereafter we had seen the action against Teesta Setalvar, and now this special investigation team filing their affidavit before the court, saying all these things is something which is very, very significant, and perhaps BJP will not let this issue to die down. We'll see more and more details emerging out of the investigation.
All right, I'm going to request you, Arun and Pallavi, to stay with us, as I'm also joined in by Congress leader Rahman Khan, who's joining me on the broadcast right now. Mr. Khan, what would you like to say as far as those shocking revelations that have been shared by Sambit Patra during the press conference today? He's, of course, referred to that affidavit and also the order of the Apex Court. Your reactions?
Sambit Patra is famous for giving false news and then telling something which is irresponsible statement. He is known for it.
But Mr. Khan, I'm just going to highlight or correct you for one fact over there. These are not concocted details by Sambit Patra himself. We are talking about an affidavit that has been filed by the Gujarat SIT.
No, that is correct. Gujarat SIT is now the BJP is in power, and then also BJP was in power. So SIT is constituted on this Teesta, and now that Ahmed Patel is no more, you can make any allegation because there is nobody to find out. Because Teesta, they will now allege that she will be meeting all Congress leaders. They were trying to bring down the government. All sorts of stories can be related to people who are
Khan,
not...
Sambit Patra also had one thing to say, that whenever there are shocking revelations that surface regarding the Congress party, he used the Hindi word dabav, that is always used by your party in your defense, that all this is being done, it's manufactured, कि वो दबाव हमारे लिए एक दबाव शब्द कि हम दबाव में काम कर रहे हैं.
No, Sambit Patra is known, the country knows how Sambit Patra twist in the whole allegation. So I don't give any importance to what Sambit Patra says, that because Mr. Ahmed Patel is not alive, I will not, it is not right to take, he should have taken this when Ahmed Patel was alive, when they had a central government and they also state government.
Mr. Khan, there are shocking revelations. There are shocking revelations shared in the affidavit. It states a series of meetings that took... No, hear me out, sir. Hear me out. Let me complete my question and then I'd like you to answer that. First of all, it states a series of meetings that took place between the late Mr. Ahmed Patel and between Teesta Setalvar, and that an amount of an initial installment being 5 lakh was given to her and later 25 lakh rupees. So we are looking at a financial sort of transaction of worth 30 lakh rupees, which is a huge amount, sir. And do you not think that it is now time for your party to...
Who has... No. Listen,
shouldn't your party now be organizing a press conference? Should we expect your party to be doing one right now?
When Mr. Ahmed Patel is no more, it is not... It is the allegation is false in my view, because Teesta Setalvar was meeting several people as a social worker. We don't know, but Ahmed Patel, he has given 30 lakhs to her and all that. There is no evidence whatsoever. It is just an affidavit. Anybody can find in his options.
Well, the point is that if there is no evidence, then there should be more concrete claims being made by your party.
The party. It is not the allegation of the party. It is allegation put in the individual. Ahmed Patel, apart from that, is an individual. He was an individual.
All right. Should we also expect a reaction coming in from the party, like the BJP just held a press conference? Should we now?
I will not be able to. I am not a party spokesman.
All right, Mr. Khan, stay with us because I'm also joined in by Shehzad Poonawala of the BJP. Shehzad, how would you react to the fact that these claims are now being rubbished by the Congress party. They are saying that these are claims being fabricated by the BJP and that the SIT has been formed at the behest of the BJP, and these claims are also being made by the SIT report at the behest of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Today it's been seen that Congress party मुख्य किरदार, इसके पीछे अहमद पटेल, सोनिया गांधी सूत्रधार, and Teesta Setalwad was the Kalakar. And she was the Kalakar using the PIL, not public interest litigation, but paisa interest litigation, prayojit interest litigation, political interest litigation, to target the Chief Minister of Gujarat, to target the people of Gujarat, and to defame the state of Gujarat. And it has been put out in black and white before a court of law. And not just the SIT of Gujarat police, but it is in fact the Supreme Court. And what did the Supreme Court say? For 16 years, the pot was kept boiling for ulterior design. What did the Supreme Court say? That there was an ulterior design by which Zakia Jafi was tutored. That there was certain nexus of officers and people like Teesta Setalwad and others who, for their ulterior designs, had created this controversy against Gujarat CM and against the people of Gujarat. And there is not just one Supreme Court order. In the Supreme Court order in Sanjeev Bhatt's case also, they spoke about the entire cottage industry of propaganda, including all these NGOs and others, trying to defame the people of Gujarat. So therefore, the Congress party today must answer that were Padmas and money being given only to target the people of Gujarat in the name of Gujarat riots. They have to come out clean. And because, Congress party used this. They used it and said, Maut ka Saudagar. They were behind this entire propaganda for 16, 18 years. So today they have to answer. Rather than answering direct questions, they are trying to take cover fire by making these kinds of lame excuses.
All right, Shahzad Poonawala there. Many thanks to Mr. Rahman Khan and Shahzad both for joining this discussion. And with that, it's time to slip into a short break. All right, we'll take a break, but that's the latest we are bringing to you. Some very serious charges being put forward by the BJP government at the moment, referring to the SIT affidavit that has been filed by the Gujarat SIT team, making some shocking revelations. Remember, as our political editor Pallavi Ghosh was pointing out, the timing of these revelations going to prove very costly for the Congress party, considering Gujarat is all set for assembly election. I'm also joined in by the late Mr. Ahmed Patel's daughter, Mumtaz Patel, on the phone line. Mumtaz, what would you like to say to these shocking revelations that have now surfaced in the affidavit filed by the Gujarat SIT? They are referring to a series of meetings that took place between your father and Teesta Setalwad, and that cash amount of 30 lakh rupees was also involved. How would you like to react to that?
Yeah, hello. So just exactly what you said, allegations now. Why didn't these allegations come even up till 2 years ago when he was alive?
All right.
It's not as if the investigations hadn't been going on for many years, and he's someone whose name you can't ignore, which is why today he's in the SIT report, and that is why you are doing these stories today. But when he was alive, and this government has been in power for 8 years, and in Gujarat for more than 35 years, I'm sure he could have been taken up on this and prosecuted much before.
Mumtaz,
why now?
Mumtaz,
Why 6
are you
months
also
before the Gujarat election?
Are you also going to refute the court, the apex court's order? The Supreme Court has also talked about conscious efforts being made as far as misappropriation funds are concerned for personal pleasure and for personal comfort. That is also something that was referred to by the BJP spokesperson today during the press conference.
I'm not in a position to comment on that. That is a separate matter altogether.
No, but the SIT follows after what the apex court had to say in its order, right?
Okay, but as a family member, I'm saying whatever little bit that I read in the SIT report, it mentions the name of my father in the first or second paragraph later, and it says first installment. What happens to the other installments? Like it's such a big conspiracy to bring down the government or defame the Prime Minister now. And it mentions other politicians. Who are the other politicians? Why are no names taken for them? Why only Mr. Ahmed Patel? Because today you want to use his name after his death to malign the opposition.
All right, Congress MP.
He's not here to defend himself. So it's of course becomes very easy.
Mumtaz, Congress MP Jairam Ramesh today earlier in the day said that these are manufactured claims, that these charges are manufactured. Do you agree with him?
No comments on that, please. It's obviously in court right now. There's an investigation going on, so I'm not in the position because I'm not even aware of the entire details of the case. But as a daughter, I'm highly upset and disappointed that they're using my father's name today, and I mean using it as a breaking news to malign the opposition when he's not here to defend himself.
And since he's not here to defend himself, do you not think that the onus now lies on the Congress party and its president, to whom he was the political advisor back then,
to
defend him?
I totally have, I have faith in the party to stand by my father.
All right. Would you want them to now organize a press conference and address these claims that have been made by the Bharatiya Janata Party?
From whatever that I know, I think that's going to happen in the next 15-20 minutes.
All right. Were you aware of Teesta Setalwad's connections with your father back then?
No, I know.
At the time that it's being referred to?
I know who she is. And like I've said earlier also, my father's home, residence and office has been open to one and all. I mean, you can walk in and walk out anytime. I'm sure the media is very well aware of it. So I have never been involved in his work, so I really can't comment on it. And I have no idea about.
But you're not aware of any such meetings that took place between your father and Teesta Setalwad?
No. I've been, this was 25 years ago. We were much younger, probably maybe away at college or university also. Have no clue.
Also, how do you view this in terms of timing? There's much being said that the timing of this entire revelation is very critical, considering the state of Gujarat is all set for assembly election. Would you also question the timing?
Of course. So do you not remember 2017? There was a terrorist that was found in a hospital that was affiliated to my father, and I don't know where the terrorist is right now. And like I said, in the election before that, there was ISI and some conspiracy in Pakistan where my father was to be made the chief minister. So every election, some controversy comes up. I wouldn't be surprised if 2027 also has Ahmed Patel turning up into some controversy again.
All right, Mumtaz, thank you for sharing all those details and giving us your precious time. That was Mumtaz Patel, the daughter of the late Mr. Ahmed Patel, speaking exclusively with CNN News 18. And with that, it's time to take a short break as news and updates continue on the other side.
Okay, some people really killed it in Fittoor, I have to say. Some people really did a fabulous job in Fittoor.
That's because I was in it.
Yeah, exactly. Either some people, I meant you only.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Even though some people had a great sequence where they fell down tables and all of that. Chairs, yeah. Like a whole array of chairs. So I feel like the director was a little partial to someone, but you still.
New words you've learned today, huh? Array of chairs and all. What is that app?
Grammarly.
So despite that, you know, Vani, you really shone.
Yeah.
And I have to say that.
I was just flying high, in, like taking those leaps and jumps and all.
Very beautiful, very ethereal, I have to say. And Ranbir, now this is a pan-India film. I want to say.
Who said it's a pan-India film?
It's a pan-India film, right?
Who says
releasing so many languages, not pan-India.
It's pan-world.
Pan-world, okay. Pan-universe.
Pan-universe, multi-universe.
Multi-universe. Did you manifest this pan-Indian film? You signed on 2018, let's tell everyone. 2-3 people who don't know, he signed on 2018 before KGF.
2-3 people means only 2-3 people watch your show?
No, yeah, 2-3 people who don't know that.
Okay.
They all know your trivia. Na? We all know trivia about you.
Point.
We all know too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your question though?
That you signed this on before KGF, before Bahubali, no, before RRR, after Bahubali. So were you prescient? Did you know that this is the kind of film Indian audiences are going to like?
Unfortunately, I didn't write the film, so so actually he was someone who was, I guess, above.
Ekta and me.
Yeah.
Ekta and him were ahead of the curve. But at the time that it came to me, it seemed very exciting. You know, I felt very lucky to be offered a film like this. Yeah, and here we are sitting about the film, very excited. 22nd July the film releases, and the 2-3 people who don't know that, you know, it's an action entertainer, it's a badass
entertaining film, and I hope everyone enjoys it.
Don't try to wrap up just yet.
क्यों हो गया? पीछे से बोल रहे ना?
No one is saying. No one is saying. Lio is just.
He's playing with your psyche all along.
He does. Does he do this on sets as well?
No,
do you
no,
guys
no.
feel very demotivated when you go home?
See, I've realized
demotivated. What is happening?
I wake up motivated.
Okay. And then you meet Ranbir.
Yeah. I'm fine.
See, you're
He's been demotivating me since
Every
morning.
time you do interviews, you always ask the masti core questions. So when I'm allowed to do masti, why only you allowed?
That's fine. That's fine. But don't pretend on sets you're like very disciplined,
Why
very
do I have to
sweet,
pretend?
introvert.
Have you been on my set?
You're very disciplined on your set.
I don't know. Ask them. Am I?
Yeah.
He's very disciplined. No, genuinely he is. Genuinely.
Above.
It's a shocking transition that happens.
Okay, fine. It's a question I asked. Good to know.
She doesn't want to receive the answer, but she's living with it.
Okay. And as a co-star, he's okay.
Yeah, just about okay.
Just about okay.
He manages.
Yeah.
We manage. We jail him.
We sail through.
I know you did Kathak for this film. You prepared for this film.
I did.
What
Few
about you?
sessions.
You prepared?
I prepared falling down in a chair. For 6 months, I was just falling down chairs.
It's a larger than life role, and you're so real.
No,
You're
let's. I mean,
too real.
on a serious note, this film came with a lot of challenges because it's a part which I've never done in my life. In the 15-year career that I've had, I'm playing two characters, Shamshera and of Balli. It was a character which was filled with angst. It's something which angst doesn't naturally come from me, and Karan's one requirement for this part was at the very onset of this film, he said that I need you to be angry. Do you get angry? And when I told him no, I don't get angry, his face had broken. He's like, you don't get angry, so how are you going to do this part? So I had to take a lot of help from Karan. He had to channelize him a lot because he is someone who has a lot of angst, and I think that really helped.
Welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Akanksha Swaroop. Let's start our top story with Bundelkhand. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to inaugurate the 296-kilometer long Bundelkhand Expressway today, built at a cost of 14,850 crore rupees. This expressway comprises 4 railway overbridges, 14 major bridges across 8 rivers, 293 minor bridges and 224 underpasses. This 4-lane expressway will pass through 7 Uttar Pradesh districts. The foundation stone for this expressway was laid by Prime Minister in the year 2020, and the project has been completed in a span of just 28 months. Let's bring you a report now.
If you start from Delhi, take the Yamuna Expressway to Agra and then the Agra-Lucknow Expressway. This is the point. If you travel about 300 kilometers from Delhi, where you hit this interchange from where the new Bundelkhand Expressway starts. This project is being inaugurated by the Prime Minister on July the 16th. The 296-kilometer long expressway is special in many aspects, especially because it's going to connect 7 districts of Bundelkhand, considered the most poorest and the backward regions of the state. What does Uttar Pradesh achieve by building this new expressway to Bundelkhand? We will travel on this expressway, speak to locals and try and find out how key this expressway will be to the industrial development and for the social development of the region of Bundelkhand. When we speak of expressways, we speak of expressways from Lucknow to Delhi, connectivity, a Bundelkhand Expressway. How do you think that is significant in this aspect right now?
This is an expressway which has been made in record time. The Honorable Prime Minister laid the foundation stone on the 29th of February 2020, leap year, and we have leaped forward and we have been able to construct this road in around 28-29 months, and that again is an achievement.
With UP building a record number of expressways, a big concern in the expressway projects is also the safety of the project, ensuring that there are less accidents and vehicles traveling at high speed don't collide or don't overturn, which has been one of the cases we have seen in many other expressway projects. Now in the Bundelkhand Expressway project, safety seems to be paramount. Some additional security features have been added. We can see here there are crash beams on both sides of the middle median. So this means that cars basically can't overturn from one side of the median to the other side.
हम लोगों का जो बिजनेस है, जैसे हमारा ढाबा है राम जानकी, लोग बढ़ेंगे इस साइड, मतलब जल्दी आएंगे और लोग सीधा यहाँ पे टर्निंग पॉइंट है, सीधा हमारे होटल पे ही है उतरने का, सर्विस रोड है जो, तो लोग आएंगे बढ़ेंगे, हम लोग का बिजनेस बढ़ेगा, रोजगार बढ़ेगा,
बहुत विकास होगा। हम लोग अपना माल भी और कहीं ले जाके बेच सकते हैं इससे।
सड़क का बनने से सर एक तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीज़ इसमें फ़ायदा होगा टूरिज्म में।
Travel about 120 kilometers from the Agra-Lucknow Expressway from the turn from where the Bundelkhand Expressway starts, and here you come. This is Jalaun district. We have another 173 kilometers to go in our journey towards Chitrakoot. But Jalaun is the district where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be arriving on July the 16th to inaugurate this expressway. A huge tent has been set up. A huge public meeting will happen a bit far from here where the Prime Minister will be addressing the people. This is Aman Sharma reporting with Arpit from Jalaun for CNN News 18.
And growing.
Is that so?
And can you believe it all started from borrowing just 10 rupees?
I don't think that's true. In fact, I feel really bad. I apologize to all people listening. It's very insensitive to make jokes like this when some country is really a country we all love. It's a beautiful country with, just really nice if you visited, unfortunately. So we're all feeling bad. So, sir, please give us some good news.
Good news. Yes, this is a very good news, I must tell you. My nephew, Sunil, is getting engaged and the girl is beautiful. Beautiful girl.
This guy, I tell you, not that kind of good news. About Sri Lanka. For Sri Lanka, is there any hope, any good news?
Sri Lanka. There are few scenarios which may work.
Are you just looking for out here or you really have some thoughts? Such as?
Such as sublet to the global powerhouse like China, US, Canada.
I thought of that. We were discussing this offline, and I think that's a problem because you become a vassal state, no? You become yes men of the big power.
Exactly. Then they could make Bahubali, Pushpa, RRR, KGF in Sinhalese as another option.
But it's a country of just 22 million. I mean, they can't get India-like figures from sales of tickets and all, yeah?
They can if the citizens watch the movie again and again and again and again.
Are you on something, Mr. Aryukutti? Because, they told me #1 in Asia. #1 political informed person of India and Asia. Any other options?
Yes. Make Sri Lanka the next IPL team.
No, come on. That's not possible. Can they be evaluated at 28 billion by 2027? Come on, one team.
I must tell you, you have a point. There is a last option. But I'm scared to say it.
No. Come on, please. This is the spot where you must tell us what you have because we want to give hope to people. Please tell me.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous for me.
Dangerous? Why would it be dangerous for you? We're not even involved. We're India. That's Sri Lanka. Come on, no one watches this show, I'll tell you honestly. You just say what you want. We just abuse sometimes and nobody complains. Go on.
On that point, you have convinced me.
Oh, okay. Go on, please. Go on.
There is one place where billions of rupees are available.
Billions of rupees available? Kahan pe, sir?
No questions asked.
What? I can't believe this, really?
No money trail, no auditing, no question of accountability.
No question of accountability. What is this?
Listen carefully. PM Relief Fund.
What? India's or Sri Lanka's?
You are right. Let's just say, you see this? Sri Lanka.
वैसे थोड़ा मुश्किल है आपको इसमें इमेजिन करना आपके पास जब ये फिल्म आई सो दिस इज अ फिल्म बेस्ड इन बिहार अ गर्ल फ्रॉम बिहार हु इज लिविंग इन पंजाब उसकी ज़िंदगी में ड्रग्स आते हैं उसकी ज़िंदगी में परेशानियां आती हैं बाप का साया उसके सर से हट जाता है बहुत तरह की परेशानियों से वो अकेली लड़की गुजरती है और वो भी इत्तेफाक से बड़ी बहन है घर की व्हाट वाज योर रिएक्शन टू द स्क्रिप्ट
इट्स स्टिल अ फन फिल्म
okay
and there's a lot of humor and there's
Expressway, Bundelkhand Expressway.
All right, so we are bringing you live visuals of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi just now arriving in Jalaun. Remember, elaborate preparations have been made today in Jalaun for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, which is the much-awaited visit to inaugurate the 296-kilometer Bundelkhand Expressway. As you can see, the Prime Minister is also accompanied along with the UP CM Adityanath, and elaborate preparations have been made. The Prime Minister is currently visiting this exhibition that is showcasing those models of the 7 districts that have been displayed in sand. They talk about the they display the 7 districts that the Bundelkhand Expressway will be going through. Remember, it's a 296-kilometer expressway, is also supposed to connect various districts of Uttar Pradesh and economically help those districts, those backward districts of Uttar Pradesh. For more details, I'm joined in by Aman Sharma, who's visited the Bundelkhand Expressway and is also going to highlight how this expressway could just be a huge feather in the cap as far as achievements are concerned for the ruling party. Aman, please take us through all those details.
The Bundelkhand Expressway marks another milestone, I think, in UP's expressway journey. Under the Yogi government, first the Bundelkhand Expressway is being inaugurated now. Before this, the Purvanchal Expressway was inaugurated. The foundation stones of both the Purvanchal Expressway and the Bundelkhand Expressway were laid by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and now he's inaugurating both these projects. So in a way, this is also BJP's strong pitch, which PM also made in Deoghar when he was there in Jharkhand last week, when he said that जिस project का हम शिलान्यास करते हैं उसका उद्घाटन भी हम करते हैं. So in a way, the center's pitch. Second important point about this particular project also is that this project has been built in just 28 months, 8 months ahead of schedule. It has also been built with a cost saving of nearly rupees 1200 crores, which was saved during e-tendering. Land was acquired for this project very quickly, within like 60 days. So in a way, the project going to one of the most backward socio-economic parameters, the region which has been struggling for all these years, Bundelkhand. So an expressway being built to such a region is also very significant. It props up the chances of development, the chances of industrialization. The center's first big defense corridor is coming up in this region, and the Bundelkhand Expressway will be a lifeline for the said defense corridor, which is coming up for the defense industry, which will come and set up shop here. So in a way, the expressway not just provides connectivity, it is more than that. It is bringing socio-economic benefits to the region. It will generate jobs. 2 industrial corridors will be built along the expressway. All these things combined, I think that is what the PM may address on his, when he speaks, that how this expressway is actually going to change the lives of the region of Bundelkhand.
Right. Also, Aman, give us a sense of how the connectivity of this entire expressway, how it extends from Chitrakoot, also finally merges with the Agra-Lucknow Expressway. And of course, as you rightly mentioned, this is not just going to be about connectivity, but also will be yielding, or rather leading to thousands of jobs as well.
See, the idea also is that UP, you see, is a large state. That's what the CM Yogi Adityanath, since he came to power, is that you have to connect the state, because it's a huge state. It's a state of a size of many countries. So now with this latest expressway, if you start from Delhi, you take the Greater Noida Expressway, you take the Yamuna Expressway till Agra, then you take the Agra-Lucknow Expressway, and about 130 kilometers down from the Agra-Lucknow Expressway, the new Bundelkhand Expressway is branching out from there and going right till Chitrakoot, passing through 7 districts, a 296-kilometer new expressway. So in a way, from Delhi to Chitrakoot, you can reach in about 7 hours. This was, unfathomable some years back. Similarly, the Purvanchal Expressway is similarly connected. You can go from Delhi till Ghazipur in about 8 to 9 hours. So this kind of connectivity, fast road connectivity, encourages more travel, encourages more business environment, encourages more industry. That is what UP is trying, that through fast roads people can reach quicker, and this leads to other kinds of economic development in the regions, and that is why this whole network is being built. And not just this, the PM has also laid the foundation stone of the Ganga Expressway, the 596-kilometer long expressway from Meerut to Prayagraj, which the UP government is planning to complete before the next Kumbh in 2025. So a huge network of expressways is being constructed in Uttar Pradesh, totaling what we were told nearly 13 expressways in UP would be ready, totaling 3,200 kilometers by 2025. This expressway network will be larger than the expressway network in most countries. So that is the level of development and the level of connectivity that UP is aiming for, and Bundelkhand Expressway is one important addition towards that aim.
Also, Aman, I'm also learning that work on the creation of an industrial corridor has also begun. This is a corridor that we are looking at in Banda and Jalaun districts as well. This is going to be next to the expressway, right?
Yes, there are two industrial corridors which are planned along the Bundelkhand Expressway in Banda and Jalaun. Industries will come up, concessions will be given to them to come and set up shop there. That will create lots of employment in this region, which has also been a problem in Bundelkhand, that unemployment is an issue. So employment will be generated, and apart from that, the centre's defense corridor, the centre had 2 years ago announced 2 defense corridors in the country, one in UP and the other in Tamil Nadu. The UP corridor of the defense corridor is alongside the Bundelkhand Expressway. So in a way, the Bundelkhand Expressway will also act as a backbone for the upcoming defense corridor. When big defense companies come and set up industries here, the expressway will help them to transfer raw materials and finished goods right up to Delhi. So in this way, this expressway was required because this expressway will also be a lifeline for the upcoming defense corridor.
All right, stay with us, Aman, because I'm also joined in by Pranshu, who's currently in Jalaun and very closely tracking the Prime Minister's visit over there. Pranshu, take us through what's the latest over there. We can see that Prime Minister Modi has arrived. Elaborate arrangements have been made. Much excitement on the ground level. Take us through all those details.
Yes, that's right. Just a short while back, the Prime Minister, accompanied by UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, has arrived here on the stage. And very soon he'll be inaugurating 297 kilometers long Bundelkhand Expressway. Now, before coming up to the stage, he has also taken up time to visit the pavilion where the stand inscription of the entire Bundelkhand Expressway was made. He has also seen the ODOP gallery, trying to get familiarized with the products, the various, the selling products from various districts on Bundelkhand. And after that, he's on the stage. Clearly, there's a lot of excitement. And there is a very obvious reason to it. Expressway, that is not new to Uttar Pradesh. But Bundelkhand Expressway holds a lot of importance in a new sense because Bundelkhand has been a region which has been often in news for all wrong reasons. It might be the exodus of migrant laborers, the drought conditions, the cattle runners, the drought. For after a long time, Bundelkhand is in news for very positive reasons, and Bundelkhand Expressway is one big that big moment. So whereby people in this region do seriously hope that the Bundelkhand would be pulled out of the depravity, the poverty, the backwardness, and would be put on the fast track road of growth. And Bundelkhand Expressway probably is the road to that, that brighter days which people of Bundelkhand to hope for. As someone was saying, that the expressway has been built, it can boost the tourism sector in regions like Chitrakoot and Jhansi. It can also be give an easy access to better markets for farmers in Bundelkhand, and with defense corridor, the project as and when it takes shape, and the industries come here. Clearly, they will mean more employment, more generation, and also larger access to the market for the industries that will be set up here via the Bundelkhand Expressway. So in that sense, the road, the Bundelkhand Expressway marks the beginning of the growth story for the Bundelkhand. That is what the people who have come here from across various districts hope, and therefore Prime Minister's address becomes not only important for them. They are eagerly waiting for Prime Minister to inaugurate the expressway and then make his keynote address.
Right, Pranshu, as you rightly pointed out, that this is a huge feat for not just the BJP government at the centre, but also for the Yogi government in the state, considering this is a project that has been completed way ahead of time and it just began in the year 2020. And let's not forget that it was also, the pandemic also hit during that time. And irrespective of the pandemic, they've managed to complete this project much ahead of time.
Yes, that's right. In fact, barring just a few patchwork work left on a certain section of this expressway, the entire expressway is almost has been completed in well record time. Now remember, the expressway foundation stone was made by Prime Minister in February 2020. from March that year itself, the nation was hit by the corona pandemic, and we all saw that how lockdown happened, how there was a the movement of migrant laborers happening across, economy was tending jitters. But facing all those odds, the expressway has been completed, at a fast pace. The work never stopped even during the corona pandemic, the years 2020 and 2021, when the entire nation was facing the heat because of corona pandemic. So in that sense, Yogi government really, needs to be credited to ensure that the expressway construction didn't come to a halt despite all odds because of the corona pandemic. And actually it has been completed well in time. It was to be completed in 36 months, 3 years. It has almost been completed in almost 28 months at the cost of around 14,800 crores. So, even the initial cost estimates have also been met quite handsomely.
Right.
And the government says that we have paid around 1,000 crores on its construction. So in that sense, expressway clearly comes in as a, whether in cap or in government, we can clearly say that it's entirely our project. We thought of it, we have executed it, and we have executed it with flying colors, with a lesser budget, and well within the time.
Right. Stay with us, Pranshu, as Aman is also joining us from the newsroom. Aman, if I may ask you to take us through all those districts that the expressway will be passing through, since you've covered it extensively and you were on the road tracking this expressway very closely. We are looking at these areas like Banda, Mahoba, Hamirpur, Jalaun, Auraiya. These are all districts that so far were tagged or rather labelled as backward districts. How crucial is this now going to be for the economic development overall as far as the state of Uttar Pradesh is concerned? As Pranshu also highlighted, this is a huge state that we are looking at. All right, let's.
लोकार्पण कार्यक्रम में आपके कर कमलों से यह एक्सप्रेसवे का लोकार्पण होने जा रहा है। मैं बुंदेलखंड के प्रवेश द्वार महर्षि वेदव्यास की इस पावन साधना स्थली जालौन में उत्तर प्रदेश के सभी 25 करोड़ वासियों की ओर से आपका हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। आज के इस कार्यक्रम में मंच पर उपस्थित प्रदेश सरकार में मेरे वरिष्ठ सहयोगी उप मुख्यमंत्री द्वय श्री केशव प्रसाद मौर्य जी, श्री ब्रजेश पाठक जी, उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार के जल शक्ति मंत्री और प्रदेश अध्यक्ष श्री स्वतंत्र देव सिंह जी, केंद्रीय मंत्री श्री भानु प्रताप वर्मा जी, प्रदेश के औद्योगिक विकास के मंत्री श्री नंद गोपाल नंदी जी, प्रदेश सरकार के मंत्री श्री जसवंत सैनी जी, रामकेश निषाद जी, मनोहर लाल मन्नू कोरी जी, माननीय सांसद श्री अनुराग शर्मा जी, कुंवर पुष्पेंद्र सिंह चंदेल जी, डॉक्टर रामशंकर कठेरिया जी, श्री आर.के. सिंह पटेल जी, जिला पंचायत अध्यक्ष और पूर्व सांसद जालौन से घनश्याम अनुरागी जी, सभी माननीय जनप्रतिनिधिगण और बुंदेलखंड के कोने कोने से आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के स्वागत के लिए उमड़े हुए सभी बुंदेलखंड के मेरे भाइयों बहनों, आज बुंदेलखंड के लिए एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है जब आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के कर कमलों से 296 किलोमीटर लंबे इस एक्सप्रेसवे का उद्घाटन होने जा रहा है। मैं इस अवसर पर पूरे बुंदेलखंड वासियों को हृदय से बधाई देता हूं कि उनके विकास की धुरी बनने जा रही बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे यह बुंदेलखंड की अर्थव्यवस्था को और उत्तर प्रदेश की अर्थव्यवस्था को एक नया आयाम प्रदान करेगा। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का जालौन में आगमन अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। ग्रामोदय से राष्ट्रोदय की उस परिकल्पना को साकार करने वाली आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने पूरे देश के अंदर ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में ग्रामीण आवास से जुड़ी हुई उन तमाम समस्याओं के समाधान के लिए प्रधानमंत्री स्वामित्व योजना, घरौनी के जिस पवित्र कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ किया था, उत्तर प्रदेश का जालौन पहला जनपद है जहां 100% लोगों को ग्रामीण आवासीय अभिलेख उपलब्ध करवा दिए गए हैं और उसमें घरौनी उपलब्ध होने के बाद आवासीय समस्या जो ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में जहां दबंगों के द्वारा और अन्य कारणों से एक गरीब को मालिकाना हक नहीं मिल पाता था, वह जिस पुश्तैनी जमीन पर अपना मकान बनाता था, उस मकान से जुड़े हुए कागजात न होने के कारण आर्थिक विकास के मार्ग को और अच्छे ढंग से आगे बढ़ाने में जो उसके सामने चुनौती होती थी, आपने उस चुनौती को ग्रामीण आवासीय अभिलेख के माध्यम से हर एक गरीब को उसके आवासीय अभिलेख उपलब्ध कराने के जिस कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाया था, वह जालौन ने सबसे पहले उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर पूरा किया है। इसके लिए जालौन वासियों की ओर से भी मैं आपका हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूं, स्वागत करता हूं। यह बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे फरवरी 2020 में आपने चित्रकूट जनपद में इसका भूमि पूजन का कार्यक्रम संपन्न किया था। पूरी दुनिया विगत 28 महीनों से कोरोना महामारी की मार भी झेल रहा है। कोरोना महामारी के बावजूद समयबद्ध ढंग से इस कार्यक्रम को करते हुए 28 माह के अंदर 296 किलोमीटर लंबे 4 लेन के, जिसे 6 लेन तक विस्तारित किया जा सकता है, इस एक्सप्रेसवे का लोकार्पण अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव वर्ष में बुंदेलखंड को 2014 के बाद विकास, जन सुविधाओं और ईज ऑफ लिविंग की उन सभी सुविधाओं का लाभ मिलता हुआ दिखाई दिया है, जिसके लिए दशकों यहां के लोगों ने आजादी के बाद प्रतीक्षा की। आज हर बुंदेलखंड वासी आपके नेतृत्व में गौरव और गरिमा महसूस करता है, क्योंकि बुंदेलखंड के विकास को एक नई ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाने के लिए और प्रत्येक उत्तर प्रदेश वासी और भारतवासी के जीवन में परिवर्तन लाने के लिए आपने जो दिशा पूरे देश को दी, उत्तर प्रदेश उसी को अंगीकार करते हुए आगे बढ़ रहा है। आज आजादी का जो अमृत महोत्सव पूरा देश मना रहा है, बुंदेलखंड सूखे की समस्या का समाधान करने की ओर तेजी के साथ आगे बढ़ा है। आपने 2021 में अर्जुन सहायक परियोजना का लोकार्पण किया था। ऐसे लगभग 1.5 दर्जन से अधिक सिंचाई की परियोजनाएं उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना के माध्यम से पूरी हुई, जिसके माध्यम से 21 लाख हेक्टेयर से अधिक भूमि को अतिरिक्त सिंचाई की सुविधा प्राप्त हुई। और अब जब ये देश आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा है, तब बुंदेलखंड हर घर नल की योजना को पूरा करने की ओर अग्रसर है। बहुत शीघ्र बुंदेलखंड के हर घर में शुद्ध पेयजल उपलब्ध कराने के आपके महत्वाकांक्षी अभियान को भी हमें पूरा करने में मदद मिल जाएगी। आज के इस अवसर पर जब बुंदेलखंड के इस एक्सप्रेसवे का आप लोकार्पण करने जा रहे हैं, या बुंदेलखंड वे एक्सप्रेसवे चित्रकूट, बांदा, महोबा, हमीरपुर, जालौन, औराई और होते हुए इटावा में लखनऊ आगरा एक्सप्रेसवे के साथ जुड़ेगा। बुंदेलखंड की कनेक्टिविटी को तो ये आसान करेगा ही, चित्रकूट से दिल्ली की दूरी मात्र 6-6.5 घंटे के अंदर पूरा करने के साथ ही बुंदेलखंड के नौजवानों को और यहां के प्लान की बहुत बड़ी समस्या का समाधान के लिए आपने जो डिफेंस कॉरिडोर के 2 महत्वपूर्ण नोड झांसी और चित्रकूट में दिए हैं, ये दोनों नोड को भी मजबूती के साथ आगे बढ़ाने में हमें मदद मिलेगी। मैं एक बार फिर से बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे के लोकार्पण कार्यक्रम के अवसर पर मैं संपूर्ण बुंदेलखंड वासियों की ओर से, उत्तर प्रदेश वासियों की ओर से आपका आभार व्यक्त करते हुए आपका हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय। और अब वो क्षण आ गया है जिसकी प्रतीक्षा हम सबको बहुत देर से है, लोकार्पण का समय। मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय से अनुरोध करूंगा कि कृपया वे बटन दबाकर बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे का लोकार्पण करें। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय।
बुंदेलखंड तप तपस्या और तेज की पावन भूमि है। बुंदेलखंड की धरती, यहाँ का कण कण कर रहा है विकास का अभिनंदन। 2014 के बाद माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने निवेश और ईज ऑफ लिविंग के लिए जरूरी कनेक्टिविटी को प्राथमिकता देते हुए पूरे देश में आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के तेज गति से निर्माण पर जोर दिया। उत्तर प्रदेश इस विकास यात्रा का अहम भागीदार है। वर्ष 2017 के बाद यूपी में डबल इंजन की सरकार और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी ने सड़क, रेल, मेट्रो, एयर सहित सभी क्षेत्रों में विकास को प्राथमिकता दी है, जिसका परिणाम है उत्तर प्रदेश की एक्सप्रेस प्रदेश के रूप में बनी नई पहचान। पूर्वांचल की तस्वीर बदलने वाला पूर्वांचल एक्सप्रेसवे, प्रदेश का सबसे लंबा एक्सप्रेसवे, गंगा एक्सप्रेसवे, गोरखपुर लिंक एक्सप्रेसवे और अब विकास की डबल रफ्तार की इसी कड़ी में जुड़ रहा है बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे। करीब 14,850 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से 296 किलोमीटर लंबा बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे रिकॉर्ड 28 महीनों में बनकर तैयार है, जिसका शिलान्यास प्रधानमंत्री जी द्वारा ही किया गया था। आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के अवसर पर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी द्वारा बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे का राष्ट्र को समर्पण इस पावन धरती के वीर वीरांगनाओं की पीढ़ियों का सम्मान है, जिनकी शौर्य गाथाएं आज भी बच्चों को सुनाई जाती हैं। 2014 से पहले बुंदेलखंड में पानी की कमी के कारण जनजीवन बुरी तरह से प्रभावित था, पर अर्जुन सहायक सिंचाई परियोजना और जल जीवन मिशन के तहत यहां सिंचाई और पीने के पानी की सहज उपलब्धता हो रही है। खेती से जुड़ी संभावनाएं बढ़ी हैं, लोगों का जीवन आसान हुआ है। एक्सप्रेस वे से किसान अब अपने उपज और दुग्ध उत्पादों को बड़े बाजारों तक सरलता से पहुंचा पाएंगे। बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे इस पूरे क्षेत्र के जनजीवन में बदलाव लाएगा और यहाँ के सामान्य जन को बड़े बड़े शहरों जैसी सुविधाओं से जोड़ेगा। अब चित्रकूट, बांदा, महोबा, हमीरपुर, जालौन, औरैया के लोग भी आधुनिक एक्सप्रेस वे पर चलेंगे। आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर यहाँ नए उद्योगों, नए उद्यमों को विकसित करेगा, जिससे रोजगार के हजारों अवसर तैयार होंगे। बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे से उत्तर प्रदेश डिफेंस कॉरिडोर को भी गति मिलने वाली है। बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे के आगरा लखनऊ एक्सप्रेसवे और यमुना एक्सप्रेसवे के साथ लिंक होने से स्थानीय एमएसएमई सेक्टर के लिए नए मौके बनेंगे और क्षेत्र के आर्थिक विकास को बल मिलेगा। एक्सप्रेसवे के दोनों ओर राइट ऑफ वे बनाया गया है, जहां सोलर एनर्जी से ऊर्जा मिलेगी। एक्सप्रेसवे पर प्रवेश व निकासी के लिए इंटरचेंज तथा जरूरी जगहों पर आरओबी, पुल और अंडरपास बनाए गए हैं। साथ ही जन सुविधा केंद्र और स्थानीय लोगों के लिए सर्विस रोड भी बनाए गए हैं। एक्सप्रेसवे के आसपास सघन वृक्षारोपण होगा, इन्वेस्टमेंट पार्क और कारखाने बनेंगे। बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे से पूरे यूपी और पूरे देश की आकांक्षाओं को एक्सप्रेस रफ्तार मिलेगी और ये पावन भूमि नए भारत के सपनों का एक अहम केंद्र बनकर उभरेगी। नए भारत का नया उत्तर प्रदेश।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रधानमंत्री महोदय। आपने आज बुंदेलखंड की संपन्नता के द्वार खोल दिए। भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था में उत्तर प्रदेश की विशेष रूपरेखा को आपने हमेशा सराहा है। अभी हाल में G7 की बैठक में आपने अनेक राष्ट्राध्यक्षों को उत्तर प्रदेश के ODOP के उत्पाद भेंट कर इस तथ्य को पुनः रेखांकित किया है। उत्तर प्रदेश आपका आभारी है कि आज बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे के लोकार्पण समारोह में आप पधारे हैं। अब मैं देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री माननीय श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को उनके उद्बोधन के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूं। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय।
भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की। बुंदेलखंड की जहाँ वेद व्यास की जन्मस्थली और हमारी बाईसा महारानी लक्ष्मीबाई जी की जा धरती पे हमें बैर बैर बीरा अबे को अवसर मिलो, हमें बहुत ही प्रसन्नता। नमस्कार। उत्तर प्रदेश के लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी, यूपी के उप मुख्यमंत्री श्री केशव प्रसाद मौर्य जी, उप मुख्यमंत्री श्री ब्रजेश पाठक जी, केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल के मेरे सहयोगी और इसी क्षेत्र के वासी श्री भानु प्रताप सिंह जी, यूपी सरकार के मंत्रीगण, सांसदगण, विधायकगण, अन्य जनप्रतिनिधि और बुंदेलखंड के मेरे प्यारे बहनों और भाइयों, यूपी के लोगों को बुंदेलखंड के सभी बहनों भाइयों को आधुनिक बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। ये एक्सप्रेसवे बुंदेलखंड की गौरवशाली परंपरा को समर्पित है। जिस धरती ने अनगिनत शूरवीर पैदा किए, जहां के खून में भारत भक्ति बहती है, जहां के बेटे बेटियों के पराक्रम और परिश्रम ने हमेशा देश का नाम रोशन किया है, उस बुंदेलखंड की धरती को आज एक्सप्रेस वे का ये उपहार देते हुए उत्तर प्रदेश के सांसद के नाते, उत्तर प्रदेश के जनप्रतिनिधि के नाते मुझे विशेष खुशी मिल रही है। भाइयों और बहनों, मैं दशकों से उत्तर प्रदेश आता जाता रहा। यूपी के आशीर्वाद से पिछले 8 साल से देश का प्रधान सेवक के रूप में कार्य करने का आप सबने जिम्मा दिया है, लेकिन मैंने हमेशा देखा था अगर उत्तर प्रदेश में दो महत्वपूर्ण चीजें जोड़ दी जाए, उसकी कमी को अगर पूरा कर दिया जाए, तो उत्तर प्रदेश चुनौतियों को चुनौती देने की बहुत बड़ी ताकत के साथ खड़ा हो जाएगा। पहला मुद्दा था यहां की खराब कानून व्यवस्था। जब मैं पहले की बात कर रहा हूं, क्या हाल था आप जानते हैं। और दूसरी हालत थी हर प्रकार से खराब कनेक्टिविटी। आज उत्तर प्रदेश के लोगों ने मिलकर योगी आदित्यनाथ जी के नेतृत्व में उत्तर प्रदेश की पूरी तस्वीर बदल दी है। योगी जी के नेतृत्व वाली सरकार में कानून व्यवस्था भी सुधरी है और कनेक्टिविटी भी तेज से सुधर रही है। आजादी के बाद के 7 दशकों में यूपी में यातायात के आधुनिक साधनों के लिए जितना काम हुआ, उससे ज्यादा काम आज हो रहा है। मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूं, हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? आंखों के सामने दिख रहा है कि नहीं दिख रहा है? बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे से चित्रकूट से दिल्ली की दूरी करीब करीब 3-4 घंटे कम हुई है, लेकिन इसका लाभ इससे भी कहीं गुना ज्यादा है। ये एक्सप्रेसवे यहां सिर्फ वाहनों को गति देगा इतना ही नहीं है, बल्कि ये पूरे बुंदेलखंड की औद्योगिक प्रगति को भी गति देने वाला है। इसके दोनों तरफ, इस एक्सप्रेस हाईवे के दोनों तरफ अनेक उद्योग स्थापित होने वाले हैं। यहां भंडारण की सुविधाएं, कोल्ड स्टोरेज की सुविधाएं बनने वाली है। बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे की वजह से इस क्षेत्र में कृषि आधारित उद्योग लगाने बहुत आसान हो जाएंगे। खेत में पैदा होने वाली उपज को नए बाजारों में पहुंचाना आसान होगा। बुंदेलखंड में बन रहे डिफेंस कॉरिडोर को भी इससे बहुत मदद मिलेगी। यानी ये एक्सप्रेसवे बुंदेलखंड के कोने कोने को विकास, स्वरोजगार और नए अवसरों भी जोड़ने वाला है। साथियों, एक समय था जब माना जाता था कि यातायात के आधुनिक साधनों पर पहला अधिकार सिर्फ बड़े बड़े शहरों का ही है। मुंबई हो, चेन्नई हो, कोलकाता हो, बेंगलुरु हो, हैदराबाद हो, दिल्ली हो, सब कुछ उनको ही मिले। लेकिन अब सरकार की बदली है, मिजाज भी बदला है, और ये मोदी है, ये योगी है। अब उस पुरानी सोच को छोड़कर, उसे पीछे रखकर हम एक नए तरीके से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। साल 2017 के बाद से उत्तर प्रदेश में कनेक्टिविटी के जो काम शुरू हुए उनमें बड़े शहरों के साथ ही छोटे शहरों को भी उतनी ही प्राथमिकता दी गई है। ये बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे चित्रकूट, बांदा, हमीरपुर, महोबा, जालौन, औरैया और इटावा से होकर गुजर रहा है। पूर्वांचल एक्सप्रेसवे लखनऊ के साथ ही बाराबंकी, अमेठी, सुल्तानपुर, अयोध्या, अंबेडकर नगर, आजमगढ़, मऊ और गाजीपुर से गुजर रहा है। गोरखपुर लिंक एक्सप्रेस अंबेडकर नगर, संत कबीर नगर और आजमगढ़ को जोड़ता है। गंगा एक्सप्रेसवे मेरठ, हापुड़, बुलंदशहर, अमरोहा, संभल, बदायूं, शाहजहांपुर, हरदोई, उन्नाव, रायबरेली, प्रतापगढ़ और प्रयागराज को जोड़ने का काम करेगा। दिखता है कितनी बड़ी ताकत पैदा हो रही है। उत्तर प्रदेश का हर कोना नए सपनों को लेकर के, नए संकल्पों को लेकर के अब तेज गति से दौड़ने के लिए तैयार हो चुका है। और यही तो सबका साथ है, सबका विकास है। न कोई पीछे छूटे, सब मिलकर आगे बढ़े। इसी दिशा में डबल इंजन की सरकार लगातार काम कर रही है। यूपी के छोटे छोटे जिले हवाई सेवा से जुड़े, इसके लिए भी तेजी से काम किया जा रहा है। बीते कुछ समय में प्रयागराज, गाजियाबाद में नए एयरपोर्ट टर्मिनल बनाए गए। कुशीनगर में नए एयरपोर्ट के साथ ही नोएडा के जेवर में एक और इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट पर काम चल रहा है। भविष्य में यूपी के कई और शहरों को वहां भी हवाई रूट से जोड़ने की कोशिश हो रही है। ऐसी सुविधाओं से पर्यटन उद्योग को भी बहुत बल मिलता है। और मैं जब आज यहां मंच पर आ रहा था तो उसके पहले मैं इस बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे का प्रेजेंटेशन देख रहा था, एक मॉड्यूल लगाया वो देख रहा था। और मैंने देखा कि इस एक्सप्रेसवे के बगल में जो जो स्थान है वहां पर कई सारे किले हैं। सिर्फ झांसी का ही किला है ऐसा नहीं, कई सारे किले हैं। आप में से जो विदेश की दुनिया जानते होंगे उनको मालूम होगा, यूरोप के कई देश ऐसे हैं जहां पर किले देखने का एक बहुत बड़ा टूरिज्म उद्योग चलता है और दुनिया के लोग पुराने किले देखने के लिए आते हैं। आज बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे बनने के बाद मैं योगी जी की सरकार को कहूंगा कि आप भी इन किलों को देखने के लिए एक शानदार टूरिज्म सर्किट बनाइए। दुनिया भर के टूरिस्ट यहां आए और मेरे बुंदेलखंड की ताकत को देखे। इतना ही नहीं, मैं आज योगी जी से आग्रह एक और करूंगा। आप उत्तर प्रदेश के नौजवानों के लिए इस बार जब ठंड की सीजन शुरू हो जाए, मौसम ठंडी का शुरू हो जाए, तो किले चढ़ने की स्पर्धा आयोजित कीजिए। और परंपरागत रास्ते से नहीं, कठिन से कठिन रास्ता तय कीजिए और नौजवान को बुलाइए, कौन जल्दी से जल्दी चढ़ता है, कौन किले पर सवार होता है। आप देखना उत्तर प्रदेश के हजारों नौजवान इस स्पर्धा में जुड़ने के लिए आ जाएंगे और उसके कारण बुंदेलखंड में लोग आएंगे, रात को मुकाम करेंगे, कुछ खर्चा करेंगे, रोजी रोटी के लिए बहुत बड़ी ताकत खड़ी हो जाएगी। साथियों, एक एक्सप्रेस में कितने प्रकार के कामों को अवसर का जन्म दे देता है। साथियों, डबल इंजन की सरकार में आज यूपी जिस तरह आधुनिक हो रहा है, ये वाकई अभूतपूर्व है। जिस यूपी में, जरा याद रखना दोस्तों, मैं जो कह रहा हूं, याद रखोगे? याद रखोगे? जरा हाथ ऊपर करके बताओ, याद रखोगे? पक्का याद रखोगे? बार बार लोगों को बताओगे? तो याद रखिए, जिस यूपी में सरयू नहर परियोजना का पूरा होने में 40 साल लगे, जिस यूपी में गोरखपुर फर्टिलाइजर प्लांट 30 साल से बंद पड़ा था, जिस यूपी में अर्जुन डैम परियोजना को पूरा होने में 12 साल लगे, जिस यूपी में अमेठी राइफल कारखाना सिर्फ एक बोर्ड लगा करके पड़ा हुआ था, जिस यूपी में रायबरेली रेल कोच फैक्ट्री डिब्बे नहीं बनाती थी, सिर्फ डब्बों का रंग रोगान करके काम चला रही थी, उस यूपी में अब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर इतनी गंभीरता से काम हो रहा है कि उसने अच्छे अच्छे राज्यों को भी पीछे छोड़ दिया है। दोस्तों, पूरे देश में अब यूपी की पहचान बदल रही है। आपको गर्व होता है कि नहीं होता है? आज यूपी का नाम रोशन हो रहा है, आपको गर्व हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? आप पूरा हिंदुस्तान यूपी के प्रति बड़े अच्छे भाव से देख रहा है, आपको आनंद हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? और साथियों, बात सिर्फ हाईवे या एयरवे की नहीं है। शिक्षा का क्षेत्र हो, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का क्षेत्र हो, खेती किसानी हो, यूपी हर क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ रहा है। पहले की सरकार के समय यूपी में हर साल, ये भी याद रखना, रखोगे? रखोगे? जरा हाथ ऊपर करके बताओ, रखोगे? पहले की सरकार के समय यूपी में हर साल औसतन 50 किलोमीटर रेल लाइन का दोहरीकरण होता था। कितने किलोमीटर? कितने किलोमीटर? 50। पहले, हमारे आने से पहले रेलवे का दोहरीकरण 50 किलोमीटर। मेरे उत्तर प्रदेश के नौजवानों, भविष्य कैसे गढ़ता है देखिए। आज औसतन 200 किलोमीटर का काम हो रहा है। 200 किलोमीटर रोड लाइन का दोहरीकरण। 2014 से पहले यूपी में सिर्फ 11,000 कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर थे। जरा आंकड़ा याद रखिए, कितने? 11,000। आज यूपी में 1,30,000 से ज्यादा कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर काम कर रहे हैं। ये आंकड़ा याद रखोगे? एक समय में यूपी में सिर्फ 12 मेडिकल कॉलेज हुआ करते थे। आंकड़ा याद रहा? कितने मेडिकल कॉलेज? जरा जोर से बताइए कितने? 12 मेडिकल कॉलेज। आज यूपी में 35 से ज्यादा मेडिकल कॉलेज है और 14 नए मेडिकल कॉलेज पर काम चल रहा है। मतलब कहां 14 और कहां 50। भाई और बहनों, विकास की जिस धारा पर आज देश चल रहा है, उसके मूल में 2 प्रमुख पहलू हैं। एक है इरादा और दूसरा है मर्यादा। हम देश के वर्तमान के लिए नई सुविधाएं नहीं गढ़ रहे, बल्कि देश का भविष्य भी गढ़ रहे हैं। पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान के जरिए हम 21वीं सदी के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के निर्माण में जुटे हैं। और साथियों, विकास के लिए हमारा सेवा भाव ऐसा है कि हम समय की मर्यादा को टूटने नहीं देते। हम समय की मर्यादा का पालन कैसे करते हैं, इसके अनगिनत उदाहरण हमारे इसी उत्तर प्रदेश में है। काशी में विश्वनाथ धाम के सुंदरीकरण का काम हमारी सरकार ने शुरू किया और हमारी ही सरकार ने इसे पूरा करके दिखाया। गोरखपुर एम्स का शिलान्यास भी हमारी सरकार ने किया और उसका लोकार्पण भी इसी सरकार में हुआ। दिल्ली मेरठ एक्सप्रेसवे का शिलान्यास भी हमारी सरकार ने किया और उसका लोकार्पण भी हमारी सरकार में हुआ। बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेस भी इसी का उदाहरण है। इसका काम अगले साल फरवरी में पूरा होना था, लेकिन ये 7-8 महीने पहले ही सेवा के लिए तैयार है मेरे दोस्तों। और कोरोना की परिस्थितियों के बावजूद कितनी कठिनाइयां हैं, हर परिवार जानता है। इन कठिनाइयों के बीच भी हमने इस काम को समय से पहले पूरा किया है। ऐसे ही काम से हर देशवासी को एहसास होता है कि जिस भावना से उसने अपना वोट दिया, उसका सही मायने में सम्मान हो रहा है, सदुपयोग हो रहा है। मैं इसके लिए योगी जी और उनकी टीम को बधाई देता हूं। साथियों, जब मैं कोई रोड का उद्घाटन करता हूं, कोई अस्पताल का उद्घाटन करता हूं, कोई कारखाने का उद्घाटन करता हूं, तो मेरे दिल में एक ही भाव होता है कि मैं जिन मतदाताओं ने ये सरकार बनाई है, उनको सम्मान देता हूं और देश के सभी मतदाताओं को सुविधा देता हूं। साथियों, आज पूरी दुनिया भारत को बहुत आशा से देख रही है। हम अपनी आजादी के 75 वर्ष का पर्व मना रहा है। अगले 25 वर्षों में भारत जिस ऊंचाई पर होगा, उसका रोड मैप बना रहे हैं। और आज जब मैं बुंदेलखंड की धरती पे आया हूं, झांसी की रानी लक्ष्मीबाई के इलाके में आया हूं, यहां से, इस वीर भूमि से मैं हिंदुस्तान के 6 लाख से भी ज्यादा गांव के लोगों को करबद्ध प्रार्थना करता हूं कि आज जो हम आजादी का पर्व मना रहे हैं। इसके लिए सैकड़ों वर्षों तक हमारे पूर्वजों ने लड़ाई लड़ी है, बलिदान दिए हैं, यातनाएं झेली है। जब 75 वर्ष है, हमारा दायित्व बनता है अभी से योजना बनाए। आने वाला 1 महीना 15 अगस्त तक हर गांव में अनेक कार्यक्रम हो, गांव मिलकर के याद कार्यक्रम करे, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मनाने की योजना बनाए, वीरों को याद करे, बलिदानियों को याद करे, स्वातंत्र सेनानियों को याद करे, हर गांव में नया संकल्प लेने का एक वातावरण बने। ये मैं सब देशवासियों को आज इस वीरों की भूमि से प्रार्थना करता हूं। साथियों, आज भारत में ऐसा कोई भी काम नहीं होना चाहिए जिसका आधार वर्तमान की आकांक्षा और भारत के बेहतर भविष्य से जुड़ा हुआ न हो। हम कोई भी फैसला लें, कोई भी निर्णय लें, कोई भी नीति बनाए, इसके पीछे सबसे बड़ी सोच यही होनी चाहिए कि इससे देश का विकास और तेज होगा। हर वो बात जिससे देश को नुकसान होता है, देश का विकास प्रभावित होता है, उससे हमें हमेशा हमेशा दूर रखना है। आजादी के 75 वर्षों बाद भारत को विकास का ये सबसे बेहतरीन मौका मिला है। हमें इस मौके को गंवाना नहीं है। हमें इस कालखंड में देश का ज्यादा से ज्यादा विकास करके उसे नई ऊंचाई पर पहुंचाना है, नया भारत बनाना है। साथियों, नए भारत के सामने एक ऐसी चुनौती भी है जिस पर अगर अभी ध्यान नहीं दिया गया तो भारत के युवाओं का, आज की पीढ़ी का बहुत नुकसान हो सकता है। आपका आज गुमराह हो जाएगा और आपकी आने वाली कल अंधेरे में सिमट जाएगी। दोस्तों, इसलिए अभी से जागना जरूरी है। आजकल हमारे देश में मुफ्त की रेवड़ी बांटकर वोट बटोरने का कल्चर लाने की भरसक कोशिश हो रही है। ये रेवड़ी कल्चर देश के विकास के लिए बहुत घातक है। इस रेवड़ी कल्चर से देश के लोगों को और खास करके मेरे युवाओं को बहुत सावधान रहने की जरूरत है। रेवड़ी कल्चर वाले कभी आपके लिए नए एक्सप्रेसवे नहीं बनाएंगे, नए एयरपोर्ट या डिफेंस कॉरिडोर नहीं बनवाएंगे। रेवड़ी कल्चर वालों को लगता है कि जनता जनार्दन को मुफ्त की रेवड़ी बांटकर उन्हें खरीद लेंगे। हमें मिलकर उनकी सोच को हराना है। रेवड़ी कल्चर को देश की राजनीति से हटाना है। साथियों, रेवड़ी कल्चर से अलग हम देश में रोड बनाकर, नए रेल रूट बनाकर लोगों की आकांक्षाओं को पूरा करने का काम कर रहे हैं। हम गरीबों के लिए करोड़ों पक्के घर बना रहे, दशकों से अधूरी सिंचाई परियोजनाएं पूरी कर रहे हैं, छोटे बड़े अनेक डैम बना रहे हैं, नए नए बिजली के कारखाने लगवा रहे हैं, ताकि गरीब का, किसान का जीवन आसान बने और मेरे देश के नौजवानों का आने वाला भविष्य अंधकार में डूब न जाए। साथियों, इस काम में मेहनत पड़ती है, दिन रात खटना पड़ता है, खुद को जनता की सेवा के लिए समर्पित करना होता है। मुझे खुशी है कि देश में जहां भी हमारी डबल इंजन की सरकार है, वो विकास के लिए इतनी मेहनत कर रही है। डबल इंजन की सरकार मुफ्त की रेवड़ी बांटने का शॉर्टकट नहीं अपना रही। डबल इंजन की सरकार मेहनत करके राज्य के भविष्य को बेहतर बनाने में जुटी है। और साथियों, आज मैं आपको एक और बात भी कहूंगा। देश का संतुलित विकास छोटे शहरों और गांवों में भी आधुनिक सुविधाओं का पहुंचना, ये काम भी एक प्रकार से सच्चे अर्थ में सामाजिक न्याय का काम है। जिस पूर्वी भारत के लोगों को, जिस बुंदेलखंड के लोगों को दशकों तक सुविधाओं से वंचित रखा गया, आज जब वहां आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बन रहा है, तो ये सामाजिक न्याय भी हो रहा है। यूपी के जिन जिलों को पिछड़ा मानकर उन्हें अपने हाल पर छोड़ दिया गया था, वहां जब विकास हो रहा है, तो ये भी एक तरह का सामाजिक न्याय है। गांव-गांव को सड़कों से जोड़ने के लिए तेजी से काम करना, घर-घर तक रसोई गैस का कनेक्शन पहुंचाना, गरीब को पक्के घर की सुविधा देना, घर-घर में शौचालय बनाना, ये सारे काम भी सामाजिक न्याय को ही मजबूत करने वाले कदम है। बुंदेलखंड के लोगों को भी हमारी सरकार के सामाजिक न्याय भरे कार्यों से बहुत लाभ हो रहा है। भाई और बहनों, बुंदेलखंड की एक और चुनौती को कम करने के लिए हमारी सरकार निरंतर काम कर रही है। हर घर तक पाइप से पानी पहुंचाने के लिए हम जल जीवन मिशन पर काम कर रहे हैं। इस मिशन के तहत बुंदेलखंड के लाखों परिवारों को पानी का कनेक्शन दिया जा चुका है। इसका बहुत बड़ा लाभ हमारी माताओं, हमारी बहनों को हुआ है। उनके जीवन में मुश्किलें कम हुई है। हम बुंदेलखंड में नदियों के पानी को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाने के लिए लगातार प्रयास कर रहे हैं। रतौली बांध परियोजना, भावनी बांध परियोजना और मझगांव चिल्ली स्प्रिंकलर सिंचाई परियोजना ऐसे ही प्रयासों का परिणाम है। केन बेतवा लिंक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए हजारों करोड़ रुपए स्वीकृत किए जा चुके हैं। इससे बुंदेलखंड के बहुत बड़े हिस्से का जीवन बदलने वाला है। साथियों, मेरा बुंदेलखंड के साथियों से एक और आग्रह भी है। आजादी के 75 वर्ष के अवसर पर देश के अमृत सरोवरों के निर्माण का संकल्प लिया है। बुंदेलखंड के हर जिले में भी 75 अमृत सरोवर बनाए जाएंगे। ये जल सुरक्षा के लिए, आने वाली पीढ़ियों के लिए बहुत बड़ा काम हो रहा है। मैं आज आप सभी से कहूंगा, इस नेक काम में मदद के लिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा संख्या में आगे आए। अमृत सरोवर के लिए गांव-गांव कार सेवा का अभियान चलना चाहिए। भाइयों और बहनों, बुंदेलखंड के विकास में बहुत बड़ी ताकत यहां के कुटीर उद्योगों की भी है। आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लिए हमारी सरकार द्वारा इस कुटीर परंपरा पर भी बल दिया जा रहा है। मेक इन इंडिया भारत की इसी कुटीर परंपरा से सशक्त होने वाला है। छोटे प्रयासों से कैसे बड़ा प्रभाव पड़ रहा है, इसका एक उदाहरण मैं आज आपको भी और देशवासियों को देना चाहता हूं। साथियों, भारत हर साल करोड़ों रुपए के खिलौने दुनिया के दूसरे देशों से मंगाता रहा है। अब बताइए, छोटे छोटे बच्चों के लिए छोटे छोटे खिलौने ये भी बाहर से लाए जाते थे, जबकि भारत में खिलौने बनाना तो पारिवारिक और पारंपरिक उद्योग रहा, पारिवारिक व्यवसाय रहा है। उसे देखते हुए मैंने भारत में खिलौना उद्योग को नए सिरे से काम करने का आग्रह किया। लोगों से भी भारतीय खिलौनों को खरीदने की अपील की थी। इतने कम समय में सरकार के स्तर पर जो काम करने जरूरी था वो भी हमने किया। इन सब का नतीजा ये निकला कि आज और हर हिंदुस्तानी को गर्व होगा, मेरे देश के लोग सच्ची बात को कैसे दिल से ले लेते हैं, इसका ये उदाहरण है। इस सब का नतीजा ये निकला कि आज विदेश से आने वाले खिलौनों की संख्या बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में कम हो गई है। मैं देशवासियों का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। इतना ही नहीं, भारत से अब बड़ी संख्या में खिलौने विदेश में जाने लगे। इसका लाभ किसे मिला है? खिलौने बनाने वाले हमारे ज्यादातर साथी गरीब परिवार है, दलित परिवार है, पिछड़े परिवार है, आदिवासी परिवार है। हमारी महिलाएं खिलौने बनाने के काम में जुड़ी रहती है। इस उद्योग से हमारे इन सब लोगों को लाभ हुआ है। झांसी, चित्रकूट, बुंदेलखंड में तो खिलौनों की बड़ी समृद्ध परंपरा रही है। इन्हें भी डबल इंजन की सरकार द्वारा प्रोत्साहित किया जा रहा है। साथियों, शूरवीरों की धरती बुंदेलखंड के वीरों ने खेल के मैदान पर भी विजय पताका फहराई है। देश के सबसे बड़े खेल सम्मान का नाम अब बुंदेलखंड के सपूत मेजर ध्यानचंद के नाम पर ही है। ध्यानचंद जी ने जिस मेरठ में काफी समय गुजारा था, वहां पर उनके नाम से एक स्पोर्ट्स यूनिवर्सिटी भी बनाई जा रही है। कुछ समय पहले हमारी झांसी की ही एक बिटिया शैली सिंह ने भी कमाल करके दिखाया। हमारे ही बुंदेलखंड की बेटी शैली सिंह ने लंबी कूद में नए नए रिकॉर्ड बनाने वाली शैली सिंह पिछले साल अंडर 20 वर्ल्ड एथलेटिक चैंपियनशिप में सिल्वर मेडल भी जीता है। बुंदेलखंड ऐसी युवा प्रतिभाओं से भरा हुआ है। यहां के युवाओं को आगे बढ़ने का खूब अवसर मिले, यहां से पलायन रुके, यहां आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बने, इसी दिशा में हमारी सरकार काम कर रही है। यूपी ऐसे ही सुशासन की नई पहचान को मजबूत करता रहे। इसी कामना के साथ आप सभी को बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेस के लिए फिर से बहुत बहुत बधाई। और फिर से याद कराता हूं, 15 अगस्त तक पूरा महीना हिंदुस्तान के हर घर में, हर गांव में आजादी का महोत्सव मनना चाहिए, शानदार मनना चाहिए। आप सबको बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। पूरी ताकत से बोलिए भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
There you have it, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurating the much-awaited Bundelkhand Expressway under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which celebrates 75 years of Indian independence. Much was said by the Indian Prime Minister. He highlighted the achievements not just of the government at the centre but also of the Yogi Adityanath government in Uttar Pradesh, highlighting the importance of development for one of the biggest states in the country. He spoke about how much his own party has done as far as development in Uttar Pradesh is concerned. He of course also spoke about the importance of connectivity and how the Bundelkhand Expressway is going to prove economically beneficial for all those districts which were so far labelled as backward. And with the inauguration of this expressway, there will be greater industrialization opportunities now for the state of Uttar Pradesh. He also took potshots at the previous UPA government, talking about how they were only promoting Revadi culture, providing sweet treats to the youth of the country. And he also warned the youth of the country to not fall for that kind of Revadi culture. For more details, let's also go across to Pranchu, our Uttar Pradesh Bureau Chief, who's also been tracking this event very closely. Pranchu, finally, the much-awaited inauguration has taken place. A lot was spoken by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at this event. If you could take us through some key highlights of his speech. Pranchu, can you hear me? All right. We'll try and reconnect with Pranchu, who has been tracking this event very closely. But that's the big news right now. The Bundelkhand Expressway has been inaugurated. Remember, this expressway is over 296 kilometer long, and it's a 4-lane expressway. It has the capacity to be converted into a 6-lane expressway as well. It extends from NH35 at Gonda village and goes all the way. We'll try and connect with her, but those are the latest visuals that we are bringing to you from Jalaun, where Prime Minister Modi has just inaugurated that massive Bundelkhand Expressway that connects 7 districts of Uttar Pradesh. The foundation stone, remember, of this expressway was laid in the year 2020, and within a record period of 28 months, this expressway has been completed, irrespective of the hurdles that were posed by the pandemic that has actually posed immense roadblocks for overall development in the country. But as far as this expressway is concerned, it has been completed in a record period of 28 months. For more details, we have Pranchu with us. Pranchu, if you could take us through all those key highlights of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech now that the inauguration has finally taken place.
Yes, that's right. The Prime Minister gave a very detailed, comprehensive speech, and as we had been telling our viewers since the morning, there was a focus on how the double engine growth phenomena, the double engine ki sarkar growth phenomena that has worked, well for Uttar Pradesh, and that was something which Prime Minister also emphasized. Prime Minister clearly reminded the people of Uttar Pradesh that they should never forget that what sort of story was UP news for before 2017, and he clearly said that, UP was always known for two things. One, the lawlessness, and the second, the poor connectivity. And both these two aspects have seen a tremendous, remarkable transformation ever since the Yogi government came to power here in Uttar Pradesh. And that's the reason why law and lawlessness has been, worked upon. No more UP is said to be the state of a lawless state. There's also been a significant enhancement in the connectivity. It may be in terms of roads, it may be in terms of expressways, or it may be in terms of air connectivity. He cited the example of how the international airport at Jewar is coming up, and many other cities are getting the air connectivity. So I think the Prime Minister has chosen this moment not just only to inaugurate Bundelkhand, but also to reaffirm his party and his government's commitment to the overall growth story of Uttar Pradesh, the growth that focuses not only on the mega cities. The Prime Minister clearly said that, for them, for the BJP, the growth is only not about the metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore or Kolkata, but about ensuring development even in the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. And that's the reason why region like Bundelkhand is under focus for the Bharatiya Janata Party government. So Prime Minister making a clarion call from the people out here that they should continue to keep faith in the government. He also used the moment to make this appeal that people should get away from the politics of freebies, or the politics of what he said as the freebie politics. He said that the political parties who give freebies will never give you airports, will never give you expressways. So I think, in a sense, that was also a message from the Prime Minister that in days to come, people should be, willing to be sacrificing the charm of freebies in India's politics, so that the growth story could be addressed to. And I think that was also a big, bold message which came in from the Prime Minister.
Right, Pranshu. I'd also like to ask you about how, not just with this expressway, but also through the Prime Minister's speech, the focus, or rather the spotlight, has suddenly shifted over to Bundelkhand. All those 7 districts through which the expressway will be going through, as we were talking earlier, they were labelled as backward districts till some time ago. But now, today, as we heard the Prime Minister highlight the achievements of all those Bundelis, he not just referred to Rani Lakshmi Bai, he also referred to the achievements of Shaili Singh, the long jump athlete. Now the focus is suddenly on Bundelkhand and all those districts, and how he used that speech to highlight Bundelkhand as a prospective, lucrative region in the state of Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, that's right. It is in Bundelkhand holds immense significance for Uttar Pradesh, and UP being such a big state, population of more than 25 crore people. So every region is a distinct region, and Bundelkhand in that sense was a very distinct region comprising of at least 6 to 7 districts of Uttar Pradesh, 19 parliamentary constituencies, and this was a region which was always in news for, all wrong reasons. So it might be the drought, it might be exodus of migrant laborers, it might be the lack of job opportunities. That's the reason why Bundelkhand was always seen as a region which has pulled down the entire state growth story. And now with the expressway coming forth, Prime Minister was very clear, was very convinced that days to come would be about Bundelkhand's growth story, and he clearly recounted and narrated how he feels that Bundelkhand Expressway will be a gateway to new progress opportunities, industry opportunities, tourism opportunities,
right.
Opportunities in terms of, job employment to the local people out here. And in that sense, clearly, today's event marks in most likely a new beginning of a new story for the region of Bundelkhand.
Certainly a beginning of a new story for the region of Bundelkhand and for Uttar Pradesh. As they said, Naya Bharat ka Naya Uttar Pradesh. With that, let's move over to other news stories. Many thanks, Pranshu, for bringing in all those details. Now, the Gujarat Special Investigation Team investigating the Teesta Setalvad case has made a big claim, saying that Teesta received the Padma Award for her attempts to conspire against the then Narendra Modi-led government in the state. The SIT had earlier stated in an affidavit that Teesta was allegedly part of a larger conspiracy to dismiss or destabilize by hook or crook the state government back in the year 2002. Apart from this, the SIT claims that Congress veteran leader Ahmed Patel gave funds to Teesta Setalvad to the tune of 30 lakh rupees to help her in her mission to destabilize the government. The Congress has responded by calling the SIT's claims mischievous, and now the BJP's Sambit Patra has put the blame on Sonia Gandhi's shoulders, saying that she is the real driving force and that she tried to destroy the then CM Narendra Modi via Ahmed Patel. Let's listen in to what the BJP spokesperson had to say.
अहमद पटेल जी के माध्यम से सोनिया जी ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी को घेरने की चेष्टा की, उन्हें अपमानित और उन्हें किस प्रकार से निष्कासित किया जाए इसकी चेष्टा की, और ये पूरे षड्यंत्र की रचयिता सोनिया गांधी है। 30 लाख का पहला किस्त सोनिया गांधी जी ने तीस्ता सीतलवाड़ को दिया। अहमद पटेल जी हमारे बीच में नहीं है, अहमद पटेल जी ने तो केवल डिलीवर किया।
Sambit Patra is famous for giving false news and then telling something which is irresponsible statement. He is known for it. The BJP is in power, and then also BJP was in power. So SIT is constituted on this Tista, and now that Ahmed Patel is no more, you can make any allegation because there is nobody to find out. You should have taken this when Ahmed Patel was alive. The allegation is false in my view, because Tista Settleward was meeting several people as a social worker. We don't know, but Ahmed Patel, he has given 30 lakhs to her and all that. There is no evidence whatsoever. It is just an appearance.
CNN News 18 also exclusively spoke to Ahmed Patel's daughter Mumtaz Patel on the controversy and the serious charges levelled against her father. Let's listen into what she has to say.
My father's home, residence and office has been open to one and all. I mean, you can walk in and walk out anytime. I'm sure the media is very well aware of it. So I have never been involved in his work, so I really can't comment on it. I've been. This was 25 years ago. We were much younger, probably maybe away at college or university. Also, have no clue. Do you not remember 2017? There was a terrorist that was found in a hospital that was affiliated to my father, and I don't know where the terrorist is right now. And like I said, in the election before that, there was ISI and some conspiracy in Pakistan where my father was to be made the chief minister. So every election, some controversy comes up. I wouldn't be surprised if 2027 also has Ahmed Patel turning up into some controversy again.
All right, let's try and contextualize these developments, and for that I'm joined in by senior political editor Pallavi Ghosh, who's on the phone line with us. Pallavi, we've already discussed how the timing of these claims could just prove very costly for the Congress party. We've heard what Jairam Ramesh had to say. He's called these, of course, fabricated claims. But is that enough, and how now the Congress party needs to do a lot of answering?
I mean, the Congress party has already done a press conference, and a series of statements have been out. And, there are two things that they are suggesting. One, of course, is the fact that there's a parliament session which is round the corner, and it's taken you so many years now to rake up this issue. I mean, you have been in power, so why didn't you carry on your investigations then? Second, elections in Gujarat is also very much there. So, it's going to be later this year. So the insinuation coming in from the Congress party is that you're timing it with those elections, and clearly want to build up a narrative and project the Congress party as being anti-national and hobnobbing with those who are trying to dislodge a democratically elected government. But having said that, I don't think this war of words is going to end anytime soon, possibly in Parliament, but certainly in the battleground states of Gujarat. This is going to be one point of confrontation between the two.
Absolutely, Pallavi, stay with us, because I'm also now getting in some breaking inputs after Sambit Patra's press conference slamming the Congress party. Congress Neta Pawan Khera has countered the BJP's claims and said when elections are approaching in Gujarat, Prime Minister and the BJP bring up new theories. He also alleged that the SIT chief, who had given clean sheet to then Chief Minister, was awarded. He was made ambassador after years of retirement, and also alleged that the BJP always brings names of a Muslim leader. Let's listen to what Pawan Khera had to say.
जब भी गुजरात का चुनाव आता है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी, नरेंद्र मोदी जी और उनका जो इकोसिस्टम है, वो नए नए थ्योरीज सामने लाता है। हर बार गुजरात चुनाव जब आता है तो कभी अंसारी जी का नाम लेकर शुरू हो जाएंगे, कभी स्वर्गीय अहमद पटेल जी का नाम लेकर शुरू हो जाएंगे। और मैं याद दिला दूं आपको, जिस एसआईटी ने श्री नरेंद्र मोदी को क्लीन चिट दी थी, उसके अध्यक्ष श्री राघवन को पुरस्कृत किया गया। हर बार चुनाव आता है तो आप कभी किसी मुस्लिम नेता का नाम जरूर लाएंगे। कांग्रेस पार्टी इस तरह की राजनीति में विश्वास नहीं रखती।
All right, for more details, let's quickly go across to Pallavi, who's on the phone line with us. Pallavi, how do you view these statements now? As we were earlier discussing, the war of words is not going to end anytime soon. There are counter allegations now being hurled by Pawan Khera in this instance, of course, saying that the SIT chief was awarded by the BJP earlier.
Yes, as I said, I mean, there are elections round the corner in Gujarat, which is going to be later this year in the winter of 2022. And that's what the narrative is going to build up. Look, the Congress party is in a state of disarray in Gujarat as far as the organization goes. But, you know, the BJP's whole point is that they do see them as an opponent. And I'm sure when the Prime Minister goes back there, and not just in Gujarat, but even at a national narrative, that point is going to be made that it was a democratically elected government. There was a personal dislike which the Gandhis had for the Prime Minister and then the Chief Minister, which is why they were arm twisting the system to try and target him and also give him a bad name. You know, it's not just now, but all along. I remember one of the main reasons why there is bad equation between the Gandhis and the Prime Minister is also because there's a sense which he has and also which the BJP feels is that, you know, from denial of visa opportunities to go to America on, you know, and personal targeting on him, calling him names. All of this is actually a sense of entitled politics of the Congress party, and therefore this is something which needs to be exposed.
Right, Pallavi, stay with us because I'm also joined in by Ananya Bhatnagar for those legal angles that are surrounding this case. Let me quickly go across to Ananya as well. Ananya, today Sambit Patra at the press conference, of course, referred to the court order, of course, the apex court's order. He used that to build those claims that have been mentioned in the affidavit filed by the SIT team of Gujarat. Having said that, could you just allude to that court order for the benefit of our viewers and talk and also highlight how the court order also highlights those misappropriation of funds for personal pleasure and personal comfort of Teesta Setalvad. It also apparently alludes to how money was spent on wine as well as shoes and holiday resorts.
Well, yes, definitely the court's order and what is the affidavit that has been filed by the Gujarat government SIT is clearly what, in a single word, if we have to sum it up, we can say it's an explosive affidavit coming against Teesta Setalvad, wherein the claims that have been made in this particular affidavit is the SIT clearly goes on to say that she had received 30 lakh rupees from, in fact, Ahmed Patel with regards to the whole conspiracy. And this was not for relief work, which it was given in guise of relief work, but was not for relief work because it was being carried out by some other organization, and it was in food and other materialistic things that these reliefs were being given. But Ahmed Patel paid around 30 lakh rupees to Teesta Setalvad. Apart from that, she was holding constant meetings with the senior Congress leaders. This is what the SIT say after the Gujarat riots had broken down. And in fact, it has also been stated that the meetings that were held with these leaders of a particular party were basically to destabilize the government in the then government in Gujarat, which was being led by then Chief Minister Narendra Modi and now the Prime Minister of India. In fact, it has also went on to say that Teesta Setalvad and other people who were involved into this whole criminal conspiracy, the larger criminal conspiracy as what the SIT calls it, was with a political motive to destabilize the government, and was also Teesta was also in fact fabricating evidence and was in fact using the people, the victims, in order to give out one-page affidavits which were pre-recorded affidavits, and she had already prepared those, and the victims were coming up and only signing those affidavits in exchange of money or in exchange of other favors. So big revelations coming in from the special investigation team of the Gujarat SIT. Remember, she was arrested a day after the Supreme Court had given out a clean chit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, was then the Chief Minister Minister of Gujarat, clearly saying that there are other people involved into this whole larger conspiracy who had
Since you
maligned the
mentioned
image
those
of the
big
Gujarat
revelations,
government.
Ananya, let me also quickly go to Arun Dhanta, who's joining us live and was present at the BJP press conference earlier during the day today. Arun, if you could take us through all those sensational claims that were announced by Sambit Patra as he referred to that affidavit filed by the SIT team of Gujarat, and also, of course, referred to the Apex Court's order as well. It's important to highlight how Teesta Setalvad, according to those claims, was rewarded by the Congress party for actually causing disruption in the state of Gujarat back in 2002.
Well, see, that's right. And, BJP has made it very clear that they are not adding anything to this story. Whatever is in the that affidavit which has been filed by the special investigation team in the court, they are only saying things out of that. And therefore, a national spokesperson of BJP, Sambit Patra, had not only spoken about what role Teesta Setalvad played, but he also spoke about from where things had started. He blamed none other than Sonia Gandhi for the entire thing. He said Ahmed Patel was just used to actually pass on those checks or the money to Teesta Setalvad to create the disruption in the state of Gujarat, and it is not only focused on damaging the image of Prime Minister Modi, but also to spoil the reputation of Gujarat. And he also said that the money which was paid to Teesta Setalvad, that was just the tip of the iceberg. In the first meeting, she was paid around 5 lakh, and then 25 lakh later, and maybe according to him, a larger amount had also been paid to her. And also, he was saying that it is mentioned in that affidavit that the money which she received, that was not used for the public welfare. That money was not used for the benefit of any person. It was for her personal benefit, and therefore it is very, very significant when BJP claims that it is something which is taking place from 10 Janpat, bringing the name of Sonia Gandhi into it, and also saying that how she tried to benefit Teesta Setalvad from the work which she was actually doing at that point in time.
Right. Thank you, Arun, for bringing in those details. Many thanks to Ananya Bhatnagar and Pallavi Ghosh as well. And with that, let's now move over to some breaking inputs that we are getting in on the presidential election. The Aam Aadmi Party has decided to support Yashwant Sinha for the presidential polls. Now, remember, it was earlier today that the Aam Aadmi Party was to finally put its cards on the table as far as the presidential candidate was concerned, and this is the latest we are learning, is that the Aam Aadmi Party has decided to back Yashwant Sinha and not Draupadi Murmu. This is the latest. All right, we are also getting in Rupashri Nanda on the phone line. Rupashri, if you could share with me what really went behind taking this decision to go ahead and support Yashwant Sinha.
Well, actually, the decision comes on very predictable lines. If you look at 2017 elections, even then the Aam Aadmi Party had actually supported Meera Kumar, who was the opposition candidate then. And but of course, Meera Kumar went on to lose. And now this time, actually, the Aam Aadmi Party had tried to stay away from joint opposition strategies and had not attended the meeting that was called by opposition parties on the 15th of June, which was attended by many other political parties. The Aam Aadmi Party also did not attend the nomination of Yashwant Sinha. However, as the days went by, nobody from the NDA also reached out for support to Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal or anybody else from the party. While Yashwant Sinha himself also reached out support from Arvind Kejriwal. And also remember, for the Aam Aadmi Party, it will be very difficult politically to support a candidate who is backed by the NDA, especially when it keeps Punjab in mind.
Right.
And the step of supporting an NDA-backed candidate will not go down with its legislators in Punjab.
If one were, Rupashri, if one were to look at the numbers, how do you think this is going to now pan out electorally as far as the Electoral College is concerned in the Rajya Sabha?
Well, the Aam Aadmi Party has 10 MPs in Rajya Sabha, and it has 62 MLAs in Delhi. It has 92 MLAs in Punjab. It may not play a decisive role in the final decision of a win or a loss, but definitely the Aam Aadmi Party here making a very strong political statement by throwing its weight behind the opposition's candidate, win or lose, and it also sends a signal that it stands with the opposition parties against the NDA. Now, this decision is also important because of that context. The party makes its position very clear. Remember, the Aam Aadmi Party has also come under a lot of fire. It has been targeted by opposition parties. Also, it has been labeled as the B team of the Congress party. There were speculations about what the Aam Aadmi Party is going to do in these elections. But by this position, it clarifies its stand very clearly.
Absolutely. With that, there's of course some big news coming in now that the Aam Aadmi Party has decided to back Yashwant Sinha for the presidential election. And with that, it's time to slip into a short break as news and updates follow.
तो वो कनेक्ट कैसे करेगा या कैसे करेगी? बट हैविंग सेड दैट, गरीबी is a relatable problem.
True.
It's like objectively it's bad, right?
Yeah.
It's a struggle objectively. अगर आप अपने घर पे खाना नहीं डाल सकते या अगर आपका घर है ही नहीं, तो वो relatable problem है.
Right.
लोगों को लगता है अगर आप 5-star होटल के बेडरूम में रो रहे हो तो वो रोना है ही नहीं.
Exactly.
वो प्रॉब्लम्स है ही नहीं. लेकिन वैसे भी नहीं है. So there are parallels, and just because I've grown up in a more comfortable environment doesn't make it any more or less valid. And I used to have this problem जहाँ मैं कहती थी कि whatever would happen in my life, because people would keep saying, but people are suffering here, people are suffering there.
Yeah.
I'd be like, हाँ मेरा problem क्या है? But that's not healthy also.
Yeah.
क्योंकि हर इंसान के लिए there will always be someone more privileged than you.
Of course.
There will always be. Then no one has a right to complain. But the point is that सब लोग कोई ना कोई चीज से कुछ ना कुछ चीजों से गुजर रहे हैं ना.
Of course.
There's someone more privileged than you.
Yeah.
There's someone more privileged than anyone in this room. But
That's
does that make the problem less relevant?
So the name of the film is Good Luck Jerry, and there are two sisters, Jerry and Cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
And a mother. And these three women in Bihar, these three Bihari women in Punjab are left to fend for themselves. Psychologically, in a household setup where there are only two sisters, जो बड़ी वाली होती है वो घर का बेटा बन जाती है. Have you ever related to her character? And how do you feel at being the elder girl of the family?
A little bit. Sometimes you feel like you have to. I mean, I'm not the eldest. Anshula Didi is the eldest. But many times I feel like there are some sacrifices that I'll want to make to ensure that my sister and my father are in a situation that would make us all happy. And like, I've not had to, but I know that if push comes to shove, I would do it. And I think that is an elder sister thing.
Elder sister syndrome.
Yeah, I think so a little bit. I think that you automatically think that you're kind of the sacrificial lamb a little bit.
And finally, what are the kind of directors you would like to work with?
मुझे comedy चाहिए, मुझे comedy करनी है, मुझे comedy चाहिए, मुझे comedy करनी है. रोहित शेट्टी सर प्लीज मुझे कास्ट कर लीजिए, मैं ऑडिशन कर लूँगी, सही से ऑडिशन कर लूँगी. और I really want to work with Karan. I really want to work with Bhansali. So I really want to work with Neeraj Khewan.
मैं बोलने वाली थी, हाँ. Great. I want to see many more films of yours becoming blockbusters, and I want to see you getting a lot of awards for your performance in Janvi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome. Ranbir Kapoor is telling me that I'm going to mess up my opening monologue, but I'm not, because I know that these two are the hottest couple on the town, and that's what I wanted to start with. And we have a most sought-after director and a much-awaited film. So how could I mess it up? It's Shamshera, guys.
Oh
and
my
hello
God,
and welcome to the team.
I'm proud of you.
No, she did it.
I'm proud of you.
She did it.
Despite Ranbir's worst attempts.
Yeah, he played with your psyche.
He does, and not just this, Vani, I must tell you, playing with psyche. Right now, anytime I mention Ranbir, my friends have been saying, you're not invited. Because the last time we spoke, I asked you about your wedding. So very sweetly and very sincerely looking into my eyes, said, I'm not getting married. No, not now, not in April. So I'm like, he said he's not getting married.
And he did, and he didn't invite you.
Exactly, but
And
he
he
said
didn't
he's not
invite
going
me.
to. He didn't invite you
But
as
he
well.
said that
I
to
know.
all of us.
He said that to all of you, right?
So is there another special event as well that
Yes.
that we need to congratulate
Well,
you
you'll
for?
know when you have to congratulate me, and congratulate me then.
Okay,
Because
all
otherwise,
right.
otherwise this wouldn't make any sense. No?
But is it going to be in April perhaps?
No, not in April. But hopefully soon, and hopefully by the end of the year. No, we haven't planned. I think we are very instinctive people, and we are very much in love, and hopefully soon.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for not keeping it in April. It's so hot.
I know. But you're not invited, so I must say.
He lied on camera. You lied to your fans.
छोटी शादी की थी.
You lied to your fans.
No, my fans will forgive me. They understand.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, he plays with your psyche. He really does, but he's so charming. How can we not? How can we
So you
not
forgive me?
you? I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here.
No, but that's what you have to. That's the nature of the job. But you have to forgive me.
She's
You
come
have
here
to-
for me and
You have to
Karan
have love in
Ranbir.
your heart
She's
for me.
only- You've only come here for me
For
and
you,
Karan.
yeah. That is also true, because though he did some nice dancing in that Ji Huzur, which was okay, some people really
He
killed it in
managed.
Fitur, I have to say. Some people really did a fabulous job in Fitur.
That's because I was in it.
Yeah, exactly. Either some people, I meant you
Yeah,
only.
oh,
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Very kind.
Even though some people had a great sequence where they fell down tables and all of that. Chairs, yeah. Like a whole array of chairs. So I feel like the director was a little partial to someone, but you still.
New words you've learned today, huh? Array of chairs and all. What is that app?
Grammarly. So despite that, Vani, you really shone.
Yeah.
And I have to say that.
I was just flying high, like taking those leaps and jumps and all.
Very beautiful, very ethereal, I have to say. And Ranbir, now this is a pan-India film. I want to...
Welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Akanksha Swaroop. And with that, let's now head into some breaking news coming in. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has called for a meeting of all leaders of all political parties at 4 p.m. today. And this is just ahead of the commencement of the monsoon session of the Parliament that is all set to start on 18th of July. Now, the Speaker will brief them on the preparations related to the monsoon session, which is all set to begin on 18th of July. And remember, a host of decisions have been taken, and we can expect quite a few issues to now surface during this meeting. It could also be decided as far as those list of unparliamentary words that had been unveiled by the Speaker. Now, the decision whether or not these words are going to be expunged by the Lok Sabha Speaker or the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, these crucial decisions, whether these will be coming up or surfacing for discussion during the upcoming monsoon session, is also going to be decided at this crucial meeting that has now been called in by Om Birla. And remember, this is going to be an all-party meet and is all set to take place at 4 p.m. today. For more details, I have with us Arun Dhanta on the phone line. Arun, what issues can we expect now to be discussed at today's all-party meet that's been called in by Om Birla?
Well, this is a kind of a normal practice before the session starts. But of course, Speaker Om Birla will try to have that conversation with the all-party leaders where he can talk about the consensus and the efforts which is needed from all the parties to run the House smoothly, because the disruption is something which has been a part of the parliament. If you've seen in last couple of sessions where opposition parties are coming up with various demands, various issues, and therefore not allowing the House to work properly. So that is something which Om Birla is going to speak to all political parties in this meeting, that they want to have a smooth functioning of the parliament. So the bills related to the public welfare and also which is important, those are passed, and therefore the efforts and the consensus is something which is needed from all parties. So these are the issues which will be the part of this agenda, which Speaker of Lok Sabha Om Birla will be chairing with all the political parties.
Right, Arundhata, many thanks for bringing in those details. And with that, let's now move over to some more breaking inputs coming in, this time from the state of Maharashtra. Eknath Shinde, the CM of Maharashtra, has slammed the last-minute decision taken by the Uddhav Thackeray government, saying that some decisions were taken by the MVA government when, despite they being asked for a floor test, their decision is illegal, and clearly seems that Eknath Shinde is referring to Uddhav Thackeray's decision to rename Aurangabad as Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar and Osmanabad to be renamed as Dharashiv. He said that his government rather will be renaming Aurangabad and also Osmanabad. Fadnavis also attended the cabinet meet along with Eknath Shinde. Remember, it was during the last cabinet meet that Uddhav Thackeray had taken the decision to rename Aurangabad. For more details, I'm joined in by our correspondent Herman Gomes on the phone line. Herman, do throw light on how Eknath Shinde has called Uddhav Thackeray's move illegal purely because their government that time was in a minority.
Well, yes. In fact, what the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has been stating is that when Uddhav Thackeray was the Chief Minister in his last cabinet meeting, despite the fact that he did not have the numbers on his side, how is it that certain very important decisions were taken? For example, in the last cabinet meeting that was chaired by Uddhav Thackeray, it was decided that Aurangabad would be renamed as Sambhaji Nagar. Was now during today's cabinet meeting where you had in attendance the Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis as well as Eknath Shinde. The decision has been taken to add the honorable title of Chhatrapati and therefore Aurangabad will now be known as Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. Besides that, the Navi Mumbai airport is also going to be named after D.B. Patel. Besides that, also what we're told is Osmanabad would be renamed as Dharashiv. So certain important decisions taken, but the most important key point, Akansha, what we are picking up is what they have decided is to look at the decisions taken by the then former minister, Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray-led government. Were these in haste? Was there certain sort of appeasement? So all of those decisions that were taken in then are going to be looked into once again by the current government, and if required, which definitely looks to be the case as of now, they could be in fact going in for a complete change as far as those decisions were taken when Uddhav Thackeray was the Chief Minister.
Right. Harman, stay with us because we have some more breaking inputs coming in on the same. Setback continues for the Uddhav camp as 10 Shiv Sena cooperators have joined Chief Minister Eknath Shinde's group. All the cooperators are from Ratnagiri. Images show Eknath Shinde welcoming the cooperators. We will be bringing to you those images as well, but this is indeed a huge setback for the Uddhav Thackeray camp as well. 10 Shiv Sena cooperators have joined Eknath Shinde's camp. Let's also go back to Herman for more details. Herman, do share the details with us and what this could mean for Uddhav Thackeray now and for the upcoming BMC elections.
Well, there are two key points if one looks at it. First of all, these are 10 Sena cooperators, all hailing from Ratnagiri, who have joined the Eknath Shinde camp. Now, this is a worry still continue for Uddhav Thackeray. This is not just mere optics, I would say, Akansha, because this is taking place just months before the BMC polls as well as municipal polls. Now, we have seen at the state level how it is that Eknath Shinde has the numbers clearly on his side for now as far as the Shiv Sena MLAs are concerned. But at the grassroots level, two things are changing. Now, with corporators extending their support, and that too from Ratnagiri, an important town, important district from Konkan area of Maharashtra, which has been, in fact, a bastion for many years for the Shiv Sena, which is when it was led by Uddhav Thackeray. But now with the vertical split, things look to be definitely changing. And here, clearly, if one looks at the pictures, it is Eknath Shinde now calling himself the true boss of the Shiv Sena, not just as the chief minister, but besides that, also now claiming to be the real boss and the replacement to Uddhav Thackeray.
Right.
Now, in the run-up to the BMC polls, it's going to be interesting to know whether there would be even Mumbai-based Shiv Sena corporators who would extend similar support to Eknath Shinde. And what I'm picking up to my, as far as my sources are concerned, it's just a matter of time before one could see a similar sort of situation taking place in Mumbai.
Just a matter of time, as you rightly pointed out. Many thanks, Arman Gomes, for bringing in all those details. And with that, we slip into a short break as more breaking inputs follow on the other side.
Sunil is getting engaged and the girl is beautiful. Beautiful girl.
This guy, I tell you, not that kind of good news about Sri Lanka. For Sri Lanka, is there any hope, any good news?
Sri Lanka. There are few scenarios which may work.
Are you just looking for out here or you really have some thoughts? Such as?
Such as sublet to the global powerhouse like China, US, Canada.
You know, I thought of that. We were discussing this offline, and I think that's a problem because you become a vassal state, no? You become yes men of the big power.
Exactly. Then they could make Bahubali, Pushpa, RRR, KGF in Sinhalese as another option.
But it's a country of just 22 million. I mean, they can't get India-like figures from sales of tickets and all, yeah?
They can if the citizens watch the movie again and again and again and again.
Are you on something, Mr. Aryukutti? Because, I mean, they told me #1 in Asia, #1 political informed person of India and Asia. Any other options?
Yes. Make Sri Lanka the next IPL team.
No, come on, that's not possible. I mean, can they be evaluated at 28 billion by 2027? I mean, come on, one team.
I must tell you, you have a point. There is a last option. But I'm scared to say it.
No. Come on, please. This is the spot where you must tell us what you have because we want to give hope to people. Please tell me.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous for me.
Dangerous? Why would it be dangerous for you? We're not even involved. I mean, we're India, that's Sri Lanka. Come on, no one watches this show, I'll tell you honestly. You can say what you want. We just abuse sometimes and nobody complains. Go on.
On that point, you have convinced me.
Oh, okay. Go on, please. Go on.
There is one place where billions of rupees are available.
Billions of rupees available? Kahan pe, sir?
No questions asked.
What? I can't believe this, really?
No money trail, no auditing, no question of accountability.
No question of accountability? What is this?
Listen carefully. PM Relief Fund.
What? India's or Sri Lanka's?
You are right. Let's just say, you see this? Sri Lanka.
वैसे थोड़ा मुश्किल है आपको इसमें इमेजिन करना आपके पास जब ये फिल्म आई सो दिस इज अ फिल्म बेस्ड इन बिहार अ गर्ल फ्रॉम बिहार हु इज लिविंग इन पंजाब उसकी ज़िंदगी में ड्रग्स आते हैं उसकी ज़िंदगी में परेशानियां आती हैं बाप का साया उसके सर से हट जाता है बहुत तरह की परेशानियों से वो अकेली लड़की गुजरती है और वो भी इत्तेफाक से बड़ी बहन है घर की व्हाट वाज योर रिएक्शन टू द स्क्रिप्ट
इट्स स्टिल अ फन फिल्म
Okay.
And there's a lot of humor and there's a lot of energy in the film, which is what excited me. क्योंकि अगर वो इन हालातों से गुजर रही है, मुश्किलों में उलझ रही है और वो एक सीरियस टोनालिटी में होता तो शायद मैं इतनी दिलचस्पी नहीं लेती इस फिल्म में. लेकिन क्योंकि सिद्धार्थ जो हमारे निर्देशक हैं उनका टेक इस फिल्म पे इतना कोकी था और जो ओरिजिनल फिल्म है कोलमावु कोकिला उसमें इतनी कॉमेडी थी तो वो देख के मैं काफ़ी एक्साइट हो गई.
You trained yourself as an actor in Lee Strasberg School of Theatre and Films. What is your biggest learning from learning acting?
Be honest and be in the moment, and nothing is more repulsive. Maybe repulsive is too strong a word, but more irksome than an external performance.
Just a shallow performance.
Or just like a performance in general. To be in the moment and to be honest in the moment is, I think, where the magic happens. Actually, Nawaz sir, who I met very briefly one day, said to me and Ishan, he said, all of the best acting is acting that happens by mistake. वो जो गलती से हो जाता है ना, वहाँ ही जादू होता है.
When you sit down with your father, Mr. Boni Kapoor, what are the conversations that you have now? Now that you're into the film industry, you're reading scripts, and your father has been the producer. Recently, Salman made a statement that, you know, मेरे career में जब बहुत बुरा वक्त था तो बोनी कपूर ने मुझे उठाया था. So, as a professional now, what are the conversations that you're having with a professional like him?
I think that a lot of creative discussions.
Welcome back. We begin this newscast with some breaking inputs coming in on the Kanhaiya Lal murder case. There's an update in Kanhaiya Lal's murder case of Udaipur. The NIA court has now sent all 3 accused to jail in judicial custody. The main accused, Ghaus Mohammad, Riaz Attari and Farhad Mohammad, were sent to jail. After the remand period ended, they were presented in the court today. Now remember, a crucial milestone has been reached in this case. The NIA's inquiry has been completed and those 3 accused have been sent to the Ajmer jail. For more details, I'm also joined in by our correspondent Kapil Shimali. Kapil जी, हमें बता सकते हैं कि अभी तक जो ये NIA की इंक्वायरी हुई है उससे कुछ पता मालूम पड़ रहा है कि क्या-क्या डिटेल्स निकल के आए हैं बाहर? Alright, कपिल, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
जी बिल्कुल, मैं आपको सुन पा रहा हूँ.
जी कपिल जी, अभी ये जो इंक्वायरी NIA की पूरी खत्म हो गई है, अभी तक जितनी भी कंप्लीट हुई है इंक्वायरी, इसमें क्या डिटेल्स निकल के आए हैं, कुछ बता सकते हैं?
देखिए, NIA इस मामले में लगातार तफ्तीश कर रही है. 7 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी हो चुकी है, लेकिन अब जो ये जो जांच है, ये मुख्य रूप से अगर हम बात करें तो जो लोग धमकी देने वाले रहे या फिर विवादित नारे लगाने वाले रहे, उनके इर्द गिर्द घूम रही है. लेकिन देखिए, एक बड़ी खबर मैं आपको इस समय देना चाहूंगा. उदयपुर के धानमंडी इलाके के ही 2 व्यापारियों को विदेशी नंबर से धमकी दी गई है. विदेशी नंबर से जो मैसेज
बने रहिए, क्योंकि हम अभी इस खबर से जुड़े रहना चाहते हैं. अपने लेट्स आल्सो फॉर द बेनिफिट of our viewers, tell them what has happened so far. The NIA inquiry has been completed and those 3 accused have been sent to jail in judicial custody, and the main accused we are talking about are Ghaus Mohammad, Riaz Attari and Farhad Mohammad. They've been sent to jail after the remand period ended. They were presented in the NIA court today. For more details, alright, we have some more breaking inputs coming in on Udaipur story. 2 more traders have received beheading threats. These traders are from the same police station area where Kanhaiya Lal was beheaded. The threat was allegedly issued from a foreign number. The cops have now registered a complaint. Both of them have been given police security. 2 traders again, now this time in Udaipur, have received beheading threats. For more details, let's go back to Kapil Shimali. Kapil जी, ये जो स्टोरी अभी हमने ब्रेक की है, हमें बता सकते हैं इस थ्रेट के बारे में क्या मालूम पड़ रहा है? हमें पता चल रहा है ये फॉरेन नंबर था, कुछ आइडेंटिटी पता चली है, ये कॉल कहाँ से आई है और किसने की है?
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए, मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा. उस दुकान के बाहर मैं खड़ा हूं जहां पर जिस दुकान के व्यक्ति को ये धमकी दी गई है, मरुदर हेयर ड्रेसर्स नाम के व्यक्ति को धमकी दी गई. और जैसे ही धमकी दी गई उसके बाद आप देखिए कि सुरक्षा मुहैया करा दी गई है. सुरक्षा मुहैया यहां पर इन्हें कराई गई है. और ये वो व्यक्ति हैं जिन्हें आप देखिए कि ये वो दुकान है मरुदर हेयर ड्रेसर्स, जिन्हें सुरक्षा मुहैया कराई गई है. इसके अलावा इसके ठीक पास में एक और दुकान है, एक कपड़े की दुकान पास में है. वहाँ उसके जो हीरालाल नाम के व्यक्ति हैं, उन्हें भी एक धमकी भरा व्हाट्सएप कॉल प्राप्त हुआ था. और ये फिलहाल उदयपुर में नहीं है, ये अमरनाथ यात्रा कर उदयपुर इस समय लौट रहे हैं. उन्हें भी एक धमकी भरा व्हाट्सएप कॉल इन्हें मिला था. और जैसे ही इसकी सूचना पुलिस को दी गई, आप देखिए कि एक जवान दोनों ही जगह पर, दोनों ही दुकानों के बाहर एक पुलिस का जवान लगा दिया गया है ताकि जो सुरक्षा है वो मुहैया कराई जा सके. इसके अलावा जो इस पूरे घटनाक्रम में अगर हम प्राथमिक जानकारी के आधार पर देखें तो जो व्हाट्सएप मैसेज जो भेजे गए हैं उन व्हाट्सएप मैसेज में फोटो भी साथ में भेजे गए और उसमें एक हथियारबंद युवक जो है वो बैठा हुआ है। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात, उस व्हाट्सएप मैसेज भेजने वाले व्यक्ति को ये पता है कि किस तरह के व्यवसाय ये करते हैं, तो ये भी संभावनाएं बन रही कि ये किसी सिरफिरे की करतूत हो सकती है या फिर असामाजिक तत्वों द्वारा दहशत फैलाने के लिए ये किया गया हो, क्योंकि जो नंबर आए हैं वो +96 जो कि ईरान का कंट्री कोड है, उससे ये नंबर जो मैसेज है वो मिले। तो ये भी संभावना है कि इंटरनेट कॉलिंग के मार्फत, तो देखिए जो नंबर है +966593525660, इस नंबर से मैसेज भेजे गए और मैसेज के अंदर एक मैसेज भेजा गया, उसके साथ ही एक फोटो भी साथ में भेजा गया। तो ये जो है वो इसकी सूचना स्थानीय पुलिस को मिली और इन दोनों, एक तो नरेश सेन को मिली और दूसरा जो एक और व्यक्ति है उसके परिवार से, उन्हें साइबर सेल के पास ले जाया गया। इसकी सूचना साइबर सेल को दे दी है। फिलहाल उदयपुर पुलिस की साइबर सेल एक्टिव हो चुकी है और ये पता लगाने की कोशिश करे कि किस सर्वर से ये मैसेज भेजे गए। ये मैसेज भेजने वाले क्या स्थानीय लोग हैं जो कि विदेशी नंबरों का उपयोग कर रहे हैं, या फिर इंटरनेट कॉलिंग के मार्फत भेजे गए, या फिर ये मैसेजेस वास्तव में विदेशों से उदयपुर के इन युवाओं को भेजे गए। तो ये सारा जो जांच का जो पहलू है ये शुरू हो चुका है और पता लगाने की कोशिश में अब साइबर सेल उदयपुर की जुट चुकी है।
जी बहुत ही दिल दहलाने वाले घटनाक्रम की बात कर रहे हैं आप। अगर ये इस जो साइबर सेल के पास अब ये नंबर ले जाया गया है और इसका कॉग्निसेंस लिया जाता है और ये ईरान का आपने जैसे कहा कि ये नंबर हो सकता है, तो इसमें निश्चिंत ही कुछ ऐसे एलिमेंट्स दिख रहे हैं जो टेरर एंगल पे भी लाइट फेंकी जा सकती है। लेकिन ये बता सकते हैं हमें कि ये जो दो दुकानें हैं, जो दो ट्रेडर्स हैं, आपने कहा कि एक अभी भी अमरनाथ यात्रा से वापस आ रहे हैं, कौन है ये दो ट्रेडर्स? क्या इनका कोई लिंक था कन्हैया लाल जी से? क्या कोई जान पहचान थी? और ये किस एरिया में, क्या ये उसी एरिया में है जहां पे कन्हैया लाल जी की भी दुकान थी?
देखिए, कन्हैया लाल साहू की जो दुकान थी वो धान मंडी थाना क्षेत्र में थी। ये भी जो दुकानें हैं धान मंडी थाना क्षेत्र में, लेकिन कन्हैया लाल साहू की दुकान से इन दुकानों की काफ़ी ज़्यादा दूरी है, तो उनसे सीधा कोई लिंक नज़र नहीं आता। दूसरी बात, सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात आप देखिए कि इन दोनों व्यापारियों द्वारा किसी भी तरह का समर्थन, क्योंकि पिछले कुछ दिनों में अगर हम देखें तो जिन लोगों को धमकी मिली है उनके द्वारा नुपुर शर्मा की पोस्ट का समर्थन किया गया था। इन दोनों व्यापारियों द्वारा किसी भी पोस्ट का समर्थन नहीं किया गया, उसके बावजूद इन्हें धमकी दी गई है। ये जो दोनों है पास में दुकानें हैं, एक हेयर ड्रेसर्स का काम करते हैं और दूसरे के कपड़े की दुकान है। अब तंग गलियों के अंदर धान मंडी इलाका जो कि बेहद तंग गलियों में बसा हुआ है, हजारों की तादाद में यहाँ पर लोगों की आवाजाही रहती है, काफ़ी सारी दुकानें हैं, उसके बीच में ये दो दुकानें छोटी छोटी दुकानें और इन दुकानदारों को धमकी दी गई। लेकिन इनका कोई कनेक्शन अभी तक ना तो नुपुर शर्मा की पोस्ट के समर्थन करने के मामले में आ रहा है और ना ही कन्हैया लाल साहू के मामले में आ रहा है। इसी वजह से साइबर सेल ये पता लगाने की कोशिश करेगी कहीं ये +96 जो कंट्री कोड है ये ईरान का है, तो वास्तव में ये विदेशों से मैसेज भेजे गए या फिर इंटरनेट का उपयोग करते हुए मैसेज स्थानीय स्तर पर सिर्फ दहशत फैलाने के लिए, सिर्फ इन लोगों को डराने के लिए भेजे गए, ये पता लगाने के लिए साइबर सेल एक्टिव हो चुकी है।
कपिल, हमारे साथ बने रहिए। वी आर आल्सो गेटिंग इन सम रिएक्शंस फ्रॉम वन ऑफ द विक्टिम्स इन उदयपुर। लेट्स लिसन इट।
कल रात को 8:30 बजे मेरे मोबाइल पे मैसेज और फोटो आया, तो जान से मारने की धमकी दे रहा है। किसी आदमी का फोटो लगा हुआ था, बंदूक लगा खड़ा हुआ, +96 करके कोई नंबर था, तो कहाँ का है मुझे नहीं पता।
And with that, let's now shift our attention over to the state of Bihar. The crackdown on PFI continues in connection with the Bihar terror module case, which was unfoiled just a couple of days ago. Now, 4 people have been arrested and the raids continue at the residences and offices of all the accused. According to sources, PFI's main agenda in Bihar was to spread its radical network in the interior parts of the state. Clerics from other states were invited to preach. The group also planned on giving material arts sword use training to youngsters as well.
पुलिस जांच कर रही है। अब इसके बारे में हम लोगों के पास कोई माने इतर जानकारी का जरिया तो है नहीं। पुलिस जो जांच कर रही है, जो माने लोग बता रहे हैं कि ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा है, वही है जानने का जरिया। एक बात आदमी जरूर कहेगा कि जांच पड़ताल जो है वो तटस्थ ढंग से होना चाहिए और बात का बतंगड़ जो है नहीं बनाना चाहिए।
पीएफआई के अलग अलग लोगों के हिरासत में जाने के बाद और जो पटना से बिहार से आ रही हैं जानकारियां, ये बहुत चिंताजनक है और ये एक सुनियोजित कॉन्स्पिरेसी और सोच जो कहीं ना कहीं भारत में, देश के अंदर में आतंक भी हो सकता है, साथ में अलग अलग धर्मों के बीच में दिक्कतें हों, इस प्रकार की एक सोच के पीछे एक षड्यंत्र चल रहा है। तो हम आशा करेंगे कि इस पे जल्द से जल्द जानकारी पूरी मिले, इसमें जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है जल्द से जल्द पूरा हो और कड़ी से कड़ी सजा ऐसे लोगों पर होनी चाहिए।
Breaking inputs coming in, raids are currently taking place in parts of Bihar. They are underway and according to the police, 3 accused in the Patna PFI case are residents of Darbhanga. Cops have said that they are conducting raids to trace them, those accused, and said that they are in continuous touch with Patna police as well. The history of those suspected accused are also being traced.
पहले जो पटना में एक गिरोह का पर्दाफाश हुआ, उसमें गिरफ्तारी हुई है और उसमें प्राथमिकी भी दर्ज की गई है पटना पुलिस के द्वारा। 3 व्यक्ति ऐसे हैं जो दरभंगा जिला के रहने वाले हैं, 2 सिकवाड़ा थाना क्षेत्र का और 1 टूटी बाजार का। उनके विरुद्ध हम लोग छापेमारी कर रहे हैं, प्रयासरत हैं उन लोग की गिरफ्तारी करने के लिए। और पटना पुलिस से और सीनियर एसपी पटना से लगातार हम संपर्क में बने हुए हैं। जो भी मदद हम लोग कर सकते हैं या हम लोग को और इन्वेस्टिगेशन में यहाँ कुछ मिलता है तो उस पर हम लोग आगे कार्रवाई करेंगे।
For more details, let's quickly go across to our correspondent Saurabh, who's joining me on the phone line. Saurabh, what are the details that have emerged as far as the Darbhanga police is concerned? Also, do throw light on how this entire module now seems to be spanning across the entire state of Bihar and goes beyond Patna.
Akansha, the raids were conducted right from yesterday, not only in Darbhanga but other parts of Bihar also, namely Katihar, Auraiya, then Darbhanga, and one more place was there which comes under Simanchal area. And now the Patna police is claiming they have arrested 3 people from Darbhanga in connection with the Fulbari Sharif incident where Jalaluddin and Athar Parvez were arrested in connection of radicalizing people, and various PFI documents, intrinsic documents were found from the house of Jalaluddin. So after the FIR was lodged against 26 people from 10 districts and also from other states, police had started the investigation, and they have arrested 3 people from Patna itself and 3 from Darbhanga. Right. And one Tahir was arrested yesterday in connection with Tehrike Labaik and Ghazwai Hind. So these arrests clearly Bihar was becoming a center of terror module where various kinds of radicalization and other communal.
Right, Saurabh. I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt and end you there because we are running short of time, but we'll keep coming back to you as and when more details emerge. And with that, it's a quick wrap of this newscast. Thank you so much for watching. Up next is Palivi Ghosh with more.
Thank you very much, Akanksha. And the top story, of course, remains the controversy which surrounds Teesta Setalwat, Ahmed Patel, and a complete war of words between the BJP and the Congress party. Well, the Gujarat Special Investigation Team investigating the Teesta Setalwat case has now made a huge claim, saying that Teesta Setalwat received the Padma Award for her attempts to conspire against the then Narendra Modi-led state government in Gujarat. The SIT had earlier stated in an affidavit that Teesta was allegedly part of a larger conspiracy to dismiss or destabilize by hook or crook the state government in 2002. Now, apart from this, the SIT also claims that the Congress veteran leader Ahmed Patel in fact gave funds to Teesta Setalwat to around 30 lakhs of rupees to help her in her mission to destabilize the state government. Congress, of course, has hit back, calling the SIT's claims as mischievous. The BJP leader, Sambit Patra, has put the entire blame on Sonia Gandhi, saying that it was she who was the real driving force and that she tried to destroy the then Chief Minister Narendra Modi via her political secretary, Ahmed Patel.
अहमद पटेल जी के माध्यम से सोनिया जी ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी को घेरने की चेष्टा की, उन्हें अपमानित और उन्हें किस प्रकार से निष्कासित किया जाए, इसकी चेष्टा की। और ये पूरे षड्यंत्र की रचयिता सोनिया गांधी है।
हर बार गुजरात चुनाव जब आता है तो कभी अंसारी जी का नाम लेकर शुरू हो जाएंगे, कभी स्वर्गीय अहमद पटेल जी का नाम लेकर शुरू हो जाएंगे। और मैं याद दिला दूं आपको, जिस एसआईटी ने श्री नरेंद्र मोदी को क्लीन चिट दी थी, उसके अध्यक्ष श्री राघवन को पुरस्कृत किया गया।
In fact, we also spoke earlier to Ahmed Patel's daughter, Mumtaz Patel, on this entire controversy and also the allegations which have been put on her father.
My father's home, residence and office has been open to one and all. I mean, you can walk in and walk out anytime. I'm sure the media is very well aware of it. So I have never been involved in his work, so I really can't comment on it. I've been, this was 25 years ago. We were much younger, probably maybe away at college or university also, have no clue. Do you not remember 2017? There was a terrorist that was found in a hospital that was affiliated to my father, and I don't know where the terrorist is right now. And like I said, in the election before that, there was ISI and some conspiracy in Pakistan where my father was to be made the chief minister. So every election, some controversy comes up. I wouldn't be surprised if 2027 also has Ahmed Patel turning up into some controversy again.
Okay, I'm just going to go across to my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, who also tracks the courts for us. You know, Ananya, there are always going to be two versions. Obviously, political parties are involved, but legally speaking, and on the basis of the documents which the BJP says are freely available, you think it's going to be a strong, watertight case against Ahmed Patel and the Congress party?
Well, yes, as we go down, the affidavit has been filed by the Gujarat SIT, Pallavi. Definitely, it goes on to say a strong case, because remember that these are not fall flat claims that have been made by the SIT. These are on the statements of various people. This is also on the statements of various witnesses who have actually given out their statement under 161 and 164, which are admissible statements in courts. These are recorded before a magistrate, and only after these statements that the SIT has in fact given out this affidavit before the Gujarat court. The court has also in fact taken this affidavit on record. But I'll take you first through what is there into this whole 12-page affidavit, which is definitely explosive one. The first and the foremost revelation that this Gujarat SIT affidavit before the Gujarat court clearly makes is that Ahmed Patel had paid 30 lakh rupees once, 5 lakh, and then another 25 lakhs to Teesta Setalwad in the guise of relief work, while the witnesses claim that these relief works were being carried out by way of food and material. But this, in fact, 30 lakhs were given in guise of cash and was actually said to be a relief work, but then definitely it wasn't one. Secondly, the affidavit goes on to say that for her veracious litigations and in order her malicious campaign to frame the then government of Gujarat for and blaming them in fact for the 2002 riots is something that led Teesta Setalwad to get a Padma Shri award in the year of 2007, which was given to her by the then government. In fact, it also goes on to say that the communications, the electronic communications that have been accessed by the SIT clearly go on to say that in fact she was in touch with R.B. Shri Kumar, who was then the ADGP. Apart from that, she was also in contact with Sanjeev Bhatt, and these people actually were a part of a larger conspiracy with a political motive to destabilize the government in 2002 in Gujarat. Apart from that, the final claim that this affidavit goes on to clearly make is that these people were constantly holding meetings with a particular political party in order to destabilize the government in Gujarat, and in fact this was a larger criminal conspiracy.
So Ananya, based on this affidavit, of course there's been a lot of full-out political war, and to get a sense of that, Maria is also joining us. Maria, you know, obviously the Congress party completely rejects it. It's also questioning the timing, that close to parliament session, close to Gujarat elections. But you think that the BJP is not going to give up on this issue to hit back at the Gandhis? And also make the point that, look, the Prime Minister has always been targeted from the days that he was a Chief Minister.
Yes, certainly not. And after the Apex Court's observation, we did see some immediate action in terms of how Teesta Setalwad has been arrested. And now with this affidavit and the certain documents that have come out in the public domain with regards to what the SIT has said, Teesta Setalwad and it is being questioned again, and the linkages being built here with late Ahmed Patel and also taking it directly to the Gandhis. So, Pallavi, look, I think the BJP, when the Supreme Court verdict had come, Prime Minister Amit Shah had spoken out, and he said that it was Teesta Setalwad and an ecosystem which functioned on the behest of the Congress party had actually tainted the entire investigation as against the BJP and the Prime Minister, who was then the Chief Minister of Gujarat in particular. So they have raised a number of questions there. And it looks unlikely that the BJP would be letting go of this issue. And if the Congress were to raise this in Parliament, the BJP certainly has, that they have, of course, the Supreme Court's observation and the SIT documents, all of that certainly showing that there was a larger ecosystem which was working at the behest of the top Congress leadership, trying to really portray Prime Minister Modi, who was then the Chief Minister of Gujarat, in a bad light.
You know, but Ananya, the question which then the Congress party is asking is that I'm sure the state government, the central government was privy to this kind of an information and documents, and these affidavits must have been around. Why now?
Well, yes, what is very, very crucial to note is that this action has come in after the Supreme Court had in fact given out its verdict. And remember, what the Modi government is clearly being saying is that it was not saying a word until and unless the Supreme Court was seized off the matter, and it was sub judice before the topmost court of the country. And now, after the Supreme Court itself in its observation has clearly claimed and in fact stated that there are certain people who were maligning the image and were portraying a false narrative, and there should be action against them. Immediately, Teesta Setalwad is arrested on the lines of the Supreme Court order, and then this affidavit surely is coming into line of a legal timeline, and which I basically feel that is in line with the legal timeline. And in fact, the SIT had swung into action after the Supreme Court had in fact asked for immediate action against these people who were spreading out a false narrative against the then government of Gujarat and the then Chief Minister Narendra Modi, who is currently the Prime Minister of India. But definitely these revelations and this investigation is going to go a long way. But what is very, very important also, Pallavi, is that these are this affidavit, which is on a preliminary basis, is on the statements of these witnesses. There has to be a lot more documentary evidence that it has to support. There has to be a circumstantial evidence that has to support all of these claims. So,
yeah, go ahead.
SIT pans out into this whole investigation and what it supports these statements with.
Okay, we have also Mr. R.P. Singh on the BJP joining us now on the phone line. Mr. R.P. Singh, the question I'm asking you is the question which the Congress party asked at the press conference. Why now? Is it because Gujarat elections are around the corner? That's what the Congress is asking.
Well, it's only after the court order. Why now? It's because of the court order. Nothing to related to Gujarat election. The problem is the election is there every 6 months in India. I mean, that's there every 6 months. Now, why to relate to the election? One. Secondly, I just heard your one of the correspondent, who was the person before me, was talking about the witnesses and all. There will be witnesses, obviously. The witnesses it will be brought to book, and then they'll also give their witnesses on record.
So you think, so you think it could be a watertight case against the Gandhis in this context, because the man who's in the eye of the storm, Mr. Ahmed Patel, is unfortunately not around to defend himself anymore.
But people whom he ordered to pay money will be there to bring them on record.
Okay.
It's already there that he told men to pay money to Teesta then and there. When they first met for the first time, he called someone to the room and ordered him to pay the money.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Of course, the defense has also come in from his daughter, who says that these are unsubstantiated allegations, but I'm sure we are not going to be hearing the end of it. Thank you very much, Mr. R.P. Singh. Thank you, Maria, and thank you, Ananya, for putting this into perspective. Well, shifting focus from this controversy to yet another controversy, and this involves Mahoba Moitro once again. In fact, there are anti-Mahoba Moitro protests which are going on in Kolkata over her Kali remarks, and the BJP Mahila wing has already led 4 protests against the Member of Parliament from Krishnanagar over her comments on Ma Kali. In fact, we are going to be joined by my colleague Preeti, who's joining us. So Preeti, from Kolkata, Assam, but these pictures are straight out of Kolkata. Clearly, Mahua Moitro is in the eye of the storm.
Yes, regarding what she commented on her Twitter account about Mr. Gogoi, actually she stated that that should be a replacement for sexual harassment, and which is why the word Gogoi has been a lot of trouble to her, because the people have been offended here as it goes against a community which writes the surname of Gogoi and which was actually serving the Ahom dynasty. It is a very integral part of the Assamese community. So this is now hurting the sentiments of the people in Assam, and which is why now we can see a series of protests against Mahua Moitro here, because this term that she used regarding the Gogoi community, it is actually impacting the whole community's sentiment now, and which is why a lot of we can see a lot of protests against Mahua Moitro in Assam here.